morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever, whenever, however you all are. Welcome to Clobby's Comic Shop. How's it going, dudes? Nice to see you all in here. Good handful of you in here right away. How you all doing? Let's turn off this overlay. Where is this? Let's get rid of this overlay. I want to have hold up. Something's going on. Bear with me here. Bear with me. Sorry, dudes. Give me like 10 seconds. Apologies. Okay, false alarm. Apologies, false alarm. I thought something was going on, but everything is okay, dudes. Thanks for your short patience. So let's acknowledge those faces, though. FKC 2005, Dave, C, Vince, whoa, Mac. How's it going, sir? Hello, guy, Picasso. Yes, right. I agree. Rest in peace, Clobby. King Conan by Crop. We'll be talking about Conan tonight, actually. Stephen M. Kal-El. You're never here for the beginning. I thought you were going to yell, what a rash deer. There you go. You got it anyways. Jonathan Conroy. What's up, Jonathan Conroy? Hey, the Guilt Man. Thomas. Hail, much love, seeing Thunderbolts at 10:30 my time. I'm excited. Hey, let me know how you feel about it, Thomas. Please let me know, dude. I want to hear your thoughts on it. Nick forgot to take his pregame out. If my life, I couldn't be that quick if that was the case. So luckily that was not the case. And of course, we're on Rumble as well. Vince Womack is already hanging out there. And for those who like to, let's just say, be the dual streamers, I'm going to put that Rumble link in the chat. Otherwise, if you want to have it one way, whether it's on YouTube or Rumble, you decide. But just so you guys know, you have options, and that's what's up. So, look at we got a gentleman backstage. Let's bring him to the front. Hello.
Howdy ho! Hey, I was muted. So that's
okay.
One
I didn't notice. I didn't notice. Oh, that's funny, man. Dude.
What an interesting couple of days, I will say. Twitter has been interesting, fun, and somewhat crazy. You know, especially with everybody going crazy over the amount that they have to pay for things on the US from other sites. And it's so really fun about the shit that people are complaining. They are like, I need this spoon and I have to pay $100. Don't get the spoon from. Buy a. I swear, there's gotta be a mall on the US, at least one, still working. There's, dude.
It could be. Just say could be. I don't know. Right now the situation is still fresh, so I got nothing too much I want to go in deep about yet, because this is, to me, is a thing that is going to play out in the long game for me to have a proper sense of judgment, because hindsight being 2020 and all that. I'm a bit of a wait and see guy. Also, that type of field is not of my expertise of knowledge, not even from a, let's just say, a normie perspective. I see I'm just like, what?
Yeah, I get you. No, it's just fun to me how people are I don't know if overreacting, but they don't really understand the position. So I'm interested.
Many
I'm
don't.
interested.
At least I admit it. Many just try to act like they do know, and they're just people who are just looking at it from how they want to see it versus seeing it for what it is. So I think that's my biggest problem with it, because everything seems to be of a very slanted nature on it. From, I'd say, about 90% of positions. I've seen both sides of the argument, and I've seen some valid points on both sides, admittedly. But I'm like, what I think is the common consensus of the two sides is nothing seems definitive, and there are a lot of theories and probabilities, but not many of them are absolute eventualities. This is a wait and see scenario.
Oh,
So
for sure.
yeah. Anyways, what's up, Emily Kruger? How you doing? Thank you for and look who drops in. Leaf Erickson. Long time no see, buddy. How's
Leaf.
everything going down in Argentina, my man? I mean, you got President Malay down there. Good to see you, buddy. Hail to you. I like it. We get some long time faces coming back. That's what I love to see. So I just want to do a quick let's just say and of course it's our Tom. Tom. How's it going, Tom? Tom, I watched your video this morning. Actually, this afternoon. I lied. I watched it this afternoon. The Harry Potter video. I watched it. It was great. It's fantastic. So, anyways, guys, we're gonna do a quick cheers. Usually we don't do them this early in the show, but I feel like today warrants it because of one Jackson Butch Guys. Obviously, the guy was quite a bit of a long-term storyteller in Marvel, DC. I think he did some stuff for like Valiant as well. I think. What's up, Mars Monkey Max? Long time no see. You. All the old timers are coming back. Hell yeah. Pablo edited that one. Hell yeah. Uh,
Yep.
Pablo Butch Guys. A lot of people when they think of them, they think of Micronauts, as they should. For me, my personal gateway to this man was Aquaman, Sword of Atlantis. That was my gateway because he did a story with Kurt Busiek. Now, the story is fairly good. I wouldn't call it the strongest story, but man, Butch Guice's art in this is strong. And I just want to put out there if you guys want to know about how great this guy was between Micronauts and now it's like, oh, hey, what else was good from him? Well, his art is fantastic in this. You'll have to seek out trades that are used because it seems like it's long out of print, and it seems like Amazon or eBay is the best place you can go unless you can find it or let's just say black market spot out there. Aquaman, Sort of Atlantis, Kurt Busiek, Butch Guys. It's freaking good. They did issues 40 through 47. The book had a retitling around 2006 or 2007. It was Aquaman, then renamed to Aquaman Sword of Atlantis. And this was the first 8 issues, sorry, under the name Sword of Atlantis. And man, the art's good. And you get a lot of action. You get a lot of action. And Jackson he's pumping it out on these pages. So I'm just saying, gotta pay respects. So look up Aquaman, Sword of Atlantis, look up some pages online, look up the Micronauts. But please, let's remember Jackson Butch Guy. So this glass is to Mr. Geis here. Cheers to you, sir, and thank you for all the comics you've given us. This one, sir, is for you. Cheers and cheers. Mm. That tastes good. Hell yeah. Okay, so let's get into the thick of it. Okay, let's just
Giggity.
go for it. So, okay, I don't know if you heard about the Conan news today. So there's
No, I didn't.
really, really great Conan news, and I'm like, okay, this is diabolically huge. And I was like, okay, we have to talk about this because this is kind of a big deal. It's a big deal. Sadly, it seems like only one website caught the story on it, and I try to do whatever it takes to not cover this website. But sometimes you gotta play the hand you've been dealt with it. So I'm just letting you know I'm only and I usually I don't do these disclaimers. I don't. This is a rare time when I do it because I absolutely am not a fan of a guy named, let's just say his name is Rich Johnston. Some of you know that website. I absolutely am not a fan of Rich Johnson and Bleeding Cool, but once again, his website's the only one covering this shit. So let's get this up here. Okay. We're going to get it up. Let's see right here. Okay. So, guys, this is good news, though, despite it all here. All right. Alex Horley will
Yeah,
paint.
tomorrow is free comic book day.
Yeah, that is tomorrow, too.
Yeah.
Alex Horley will paint the whole story in Conan number 25 out in September. He will paint the whole story. This is a big deal. We're getting a painted issue from a monthly comic book. I am
Shit.
jacked for this. Let's look into some of the details here. What's up, Tim Hayes?
That's
This
a
is Alex
ton of
Horley
work.
fully paints Conan the Barbarian 25, releasing from Titan in September. The anniversary issue features a standalone adventure written by Jim Zub, ideal for new and longtime fans. And see here, blah blah blah. Cool. Oh yeah. Tomorrow, Free Comic Book Day. Conan Scourge of the Serpent is one of the copies of that. That's a huge deal as well. Titan Comics says to honor the triumphant new era of Conan, our landmark 25th issue will be a true spectacle, an original, done in one extended adventure crafted for longtime fans and new readers alike. And to make it even more extraordinary, every page will be fully painted by the legendary fan favorite Alex Horley, the Nomad. Conan the King welcomes a strange visitor with an even stranger mission. Can the ruler of Aquilonia prove his mettle, or will the mysterious wanderer's incredible power change the course of history? On sale this September. So I'm going to open up a separate page so we can just look at these details because, bro, we're getting a painted Conan comic. I'm just saying, I don't think we're like really grasping how truly bad. Oh, hey, look, I have to open up
Ooh,
separate. Dude,
You
I
know
got it.
what?
I got it. I got it.
You know what this strikes me like? You remember when they used to do full painted issues on Dark Horse on
Mm-hmm.
the early 2000s and late 90s era?
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
used to have this feeling of goddamn rat art. You wanted them on your wall.
Yeah, dude, this looks like something I already want on my raw. Right here is a sneak preview. Looks like he got a hold of a copy. What's up, Subhuman 84? And no, the Barbarian himself said it's gonna be a banger. Dude, you damn right it's gonna be. When I saw this, I'm like, yeah, this has to be talked about tonight. This is kind of essential news. So, yes, obviously, guys, if you're near a comic shop, go seek out Conan Scourge of the Serpent as well. That is one of the freebies being given out. That is going to kick off a Conan storyline as well. So please, like, by all means, get that comic. Get that damn comic. If you haven't been reading Conan, there's trades of the issues too, 1 through 16 by fours. And if you're looking for other stories, once again, I've recommended it. I'm gonna damn sure do it again. Flash Gordon, Jeremy Adams, anything from the Energon universe, Transformers, Void Rivals, G.I. Joe are all killer. So if you Saturday Morning Adventures, TMNT, just saying, if you want other options to actually buy, if you want to give money to your shop, or there's always the back issues.
Uh,
Just
by,
saying.
by the
But
way,
what's
leave
up?
on the chat says it exactly. Born on the Battlefield by Dark Horse is a Conan story. Is absolutely fantastic.
You know, I've actually not read that one, but I'm going to. I'm gonna do that. You got me sold. That's all I
Yeah.
need to be told is that. Born on the Battlefield at Dark Horse at that point in time, too. Like, I know Dark Horse once upon a time was all about this shit. So there you go, man. What's up, Mike has bad knees? I forgot all about it. Well, if you're gonna go for one reason, Conan. Straight up, man. Conan is the light. Conan really is light. And this painted spread right here looks fucking crazy, man. It is crushing.
I
Oh,
need
we
to
got
bribe my best friend some way. I need to make sure that he goes because there's the Phantom, there's this
mhm.
one,
Oh yeah,
and
the
there's the
Phantom.
Mega Man.
Yes, 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 yes. What's up, Fenrir?
I
Um,
think he's muted. Oh, there he is.
uh, hey guys, how you doing? God damn it, I freaking hate Fridays. I had
Well,
this whole speech about answering Conan and wars and crap, but I need to ask you guys a question. You ever had one of these moments in your life where you're at work, and just stick out with me on this one. Just stick out with me to understand. You ever had one of these moments where you're at work doing an 8 hour shift, and when you finally finish, your boss shows up out of nowhere and gives you a couple of paperworks. It'll probably take a couple of extra hours to do. You explain that your time is off, but he says, it's just a little bit of extra paperwork. Ain't no biggie. He gives it to you and leaves in his car, forgetting that you need to take a damn bus and about 5 different trains to get home.
Holy shit.
Then, when it's done, it's all closed. The trains, the buses, it's all fucking closed. So you need to walk through the street to get home, which is 3 hours away from where you work. And while you walk, it starts to fucking rain. And while it rains, you got chased out by a fucking dog you don't even know. And while you think you're finally safe and you get home, you step on freaking dog crap.
Oh no.
And in the end of it all, you have to ask yourself, and I don't know why, part of my soul was saying, this is somehow Jesse's fault, but he's not here, so I can't. Crap. That at least would have gotten some satisfaction out of my soul. But god damn it, this fucking Friday sucks ass, man.
Well, now we have to turn around for you, man. Embrace this eye candy in front of your own eyes with Conan.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
It's painted too. Painted issue coming on in September, dude. Painted
That's pretty
issue.
sweet.
Yeah, from Alex Horley, who's throughout time has done Conan. So it's like, oh, right in line. A guy who fits the theme already. And we get painted covers. We've had some really killer painted covers. Not as often as we used to. I know I saw a line of them Alex Ross was doing for Marvel a few years ago that were killer. I didn't buy any of them, but I've never seen those killer. Obviously, I know Mark Evans did a really killer cover for Alpha Core #1 and Yaira #1 as well. So Mark Evans is really killer. So it's just like it's such a rare anomaly when you get the painted covers. But man, is it such a joy when you get it? And I get why it's not always done. Like when you
that is a sweet decapitation.
Oh, I know. When you mess up on these things, there's a lot of stop and start, starting over. I have a buddy of mine in Chirac who's a painter. I mean, oddly enough, he's one of those weird guys where he didn't start until his mid-20s, but somehow got really good at it. It makes no damn sense. He got really good at it. And I was just like, wow, look at that. Guy starts late in the game and boom, he's just fucking good at it. It's insane. But yeah, he tells me, I've heard, yeah, starting over sucks. But man, they must have like talked about this at least, I don't know. What do you think? 4, 5, 6 months ago? I think they had to have been talking about this issue then. If they're getting out a painted issue, and this is probably at least 22 pages, and considering it's 25 issues, and maybe they might do 3, 4, 5 more pages. So I don't know. Somewhere between 22 and 30 pages of story. This had to have been talked about a year in advance. I that's just me guessing.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Absolutely.
I will say the real question is how much time did the artist took per page?
Oh God, dude. This had to have been like a grueling schedule just for this one issue. And I get, once again, that's why it's good this is a done in one story.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the artist dropped doing work for a little bit because this is the kind of stuff that breaks an artist's hands for a while.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's insane. What's up, Madhouse?
A whole book of art style like this, man, that is gonna hurt.
And there's
so let's pretend that it's just, let's just say it's 22.
And I'm not talking like some short period work. I'm talking about Hunter x Hunter kind of pause work. You all know what I'm talking about.
It's even longer because just think about this. If they are hand painting, if I'm understanding correctly, and this is hand painted page by page, that is something really old school. You need to let the paint dry. You need to let everything set. There's some things that will need to cure for them to look accurately. So it will take not only days, sometimes weeks for the work to be perfectly ready to be it will then even be scanned. It will be photographed in high definition to make it into digital, and then you add all the extra shit. You add whatever else. If they are doing this by computer, well, by computer is a couple of days per page. It's still a long time per page, but it's not like a couple of weeks per page and doing several pages at the same time because you need to wait for each page to be ready to keep painting. That is one of the main issues when you are doing something really radical and cool. Normally penciling and um, ah, I forget how you call them on English. The
Whatever it is, I believe you.
the ink
Okay,
pencil.
okay. Speak it to me in Spanish. Speak it in Spanish.
Yeah, speak in Spanish. Fenrir could be your guys. We're doing live translating.
Okay, lápiz de tinta.
Uh,
Oh.
Marcador.
Paint pen, markers, paint pencils.
Yeah, like markers, but there's really pricey ones that you can get that are for comic book and such. Is for illustration, right? That are really, really good. But this is still you need to take
I know what
some
you're talking about. It's
hours.
just the name's kind of
Yeah.
scaring me. I
You
had
know
those.
exactly which ones. The Faber Castell ones. I know the brand. The brand is Faber Castell, and Faber Castell at least those and the chalk that they have are really, really good for art. And the markers dry really good,
Man, I used to have one of those.
right? There's a kit for novice artist from Faber Castell. I know I'm talking about a brand. That brand is really good, and it's a brand that I can get in Ecuador. So I'm really happy with them. I don't know if they are from Spain or from somewhere, but any artist will know that brand at least a bit. Just sorry, I got into the
No,
deep.
it's okay, man.
It's
Honestly,
called
it's
a
all
big,
good. I'm enjoying how you guys having this
big
little.
brush pen.
There you go.
I used to have one of those when I was trying to get the skill back. I should have a whole box of them. God damn it.
But
That's-
still, that's normally what you will use that kind of pen for just doing plain colors, right? But if you are doing something like this, you are using more advanced tools. It will take a long time, and I love it. I love when somebody takes. My grandfather used to do some uh, oil painting, oleo. Fenrir, help me with that, oleo.
Yeah, oil.
Yeah, oil paintings, and I used to love that. But each paint will take several months because he had to let everything dry for months to cure to be perfectly ready.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
So I think what you're getting onto, Pablo, and you can continue, is this may date back to more than a year.
if it's oil painting, yes. If it's acrylic, I will say a couple of months or weeks. Acrylic, you can take weeks.
What do you
It's
think this is, judging by the looks of it? Because I don't know shit, man. I'm a normie. Oh, Thoth!
hey. If
What do
it's
you
hand
think this
painted,
is?
this looks like acrylic. This
It
has
looks
acrylic
acrylic.
tones. Yeah.
Okay.
Normally, oil painting you will have more of a rise, more of a shine. It's
Mhm.
different when you photograph it on high definition. It looks quite different. This looks like if it's handmade, it's it's gotta be acrylic painting.
Okay. Hot dog, dude. That's wild, man. I see. I figure okay, something like this. This has to be a very lengthy process, and maybe it still is. Probably, maybe. What do you think? If this is acrylic, do you think it's probably like 6, 8 months? You think it took to get in the sun? Which, even if that's the case, he probably started maybe back in September, October. Might be on the finishing pages right now, maybe, or yeah, at least close to it, maybe.
If they are doing it quick, they are already doing the digital announcement because they need to.
Oh,
Remember,
okay.
they don't have much time. This issue needs to go out in how long?
September. So, but that doesn't mean that he just started now. They put these solicits out, let's just say in a just world. And to be fair, Titan seems to have their shit together more than most companies. When they know that these comics are usually set to come out on time. Granted, sometimes things happen, but usually it's the whole, do you have enough pages done that we can put previews out there? So I'm assuming that there's enough pages done in this that they're able to put this out freely, because it's not like this is an event comic that's like separate from another story. It feels like this is, it's no, Conan's its own series. It doesn't have anything else. If this book gets delayed, Conan is delayed. So this has to come out. And if it's delayed, let's just pretend something happens. It's like, I think the worst case scenario is maybe what's delayed by a month or two. So you're thinking October, November, because there's nothing else there. Like during all the Marvel events, you had tons of stuff there. If I guess you could say as a holdover, there's nothing to hold over Conan besides Savage Sword, but Savage Sword is every 2 to 3 months, so I really wouldn't consider that a holdover.
Yeah, I'm sharing something just real quick because you can do this also on Photoshop, and there's a couple of other tools that you can use. This is basically it. If they are doing it on digital, it's really easier because you just do the layering and everything, and you can even play with the shadows in different layers. So it's way easier. It's still a couple of days of really stupid hard work. And I know this because an ex used to do this. And she was on her Wacom tablet doing this for hours and hours and hours. It was unending. So
Man, it's so hard to believe there's still mangakas out there who do art by hand.
I know, right?
I respect them.
Dude, the inkers on Japan are absolutely crazy. I have massive respect for them because getting every detail on the blacks when you are using a single ton of ink is that's that's a work of art that I will never understand how they do. But this I kind of understand a lot. Also, direct painting
Well, I
on.
wouldn't say ancient Chinese magic, but they're Japanese, so it wouldn't really work.
Oh, yeah. On Photoshop, you can do a lot of crazy stuff, really good stuff, but it's not the same because there's some texture that you lose when you go on digital that is really difficult to replicate. Also, colors don't blend exactly the same. When you use a brush to blend two different colors, you will get these kind of lines of different tones that are not intended that enhance the quality of the color when you are finally painting because it gives it a bit more of highlights, right?
I just realized that's Selena Gomez.
I have no fucking idea, man.
I
I like art. Selena
really
Gomez
quickly,
is.
I want to acknowledge a few gentlemen here. What's up, Channel Surf? Hey, dude, listen, shit happens. It is what it is. Thank you for dropping the chat, by the way. A long time no see in here. I'm just happy to see you're here. You know, shit happened. Channel Surf tried to send me something, and let's just say shit hit the fan. And we're not going to go into the details of it, but let's just say everything that could go wrong with it went wrong. I'm sorry. You tried doing a good thing. We'll just have to make up by somehow me finding a way to make it back to Vegas. That's the best we can do. And what's up, Lombardi 1969? Thank you for dropping in, sir, as well. Nice to see you here. I like seeing all these unexpected faces tonight. This is fantastic. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Seriously.
This is what I mean. These are Photoshop brushes. If you see, they don't. really blend. They are just like separate colors with extra added tones. It's not the
Uh-huh.
same. So if you look at a good page of art done by actual hand and ink
Uh-huh.
or paint, it feels different. It hits different. So there's a lot of good artists that can do wonders with this, but I don't know, man. If they want to do the real stuff is real hard and massive kudos. If they are, goddamn, they deserve your purchase. They deserve your money.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Vince's duct tape can fix it. I wish duct tape could solve our problem we had. Because I'm of the mind that if duct tape isn't working, use more duct tape. Tell me I'm wrong at that. If duct tape isn't working, just use more of it. That's kind of been my whole mantra with duct tape when it comes to using duct tape with things. Unfortunately, this is one of those rare scenarios that duct tape wouldn't even be the problem with this issue.
I
It's
still
a
can't.
wholly different fuckery. We'll just say
Yeah,
that. So
I
it
still
is
can't
what it
believe that
is.
the Mythbuster had several episodes just with duct tape, and they made a working
Working bold.
boat for going
Oh, okay,
out
okay.
from an
Yeah, I get what
island.
you're saying.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. Oh.
yeah. If you haven't seen, there's like three specials from Mythbusters all about duct tape, and it's
Hmm.
fun as hell.
Okay.
They get stranded on an island and they have to survive using duct tape. It's a quirky concept. It's really crazy. It's fun. It's one of
Sounds
their
I
best
mean, I can
episodes.
fun.
see it work.
Dude, they do a
Yeah.
hammock out of duct tape and actually works.
Yeah, duct tape is great. You know how to use it.
Yeah.
Oh well, there's ways to not know how to use it. Like I want to know about that, Fenrir. What's all that? Duct tape if you know how to
It's
use it.
probably best I not tell here, or I'll probably end up in prison.
No,
Okay.
so good for making undergarments, I suspect.
Oh, anything that involves duct tape and flesh sounds like disaster waiting to happen. Let
It
us
was
not
definitely
with
it.
let us not with that. Seriously, let us not with that. That's just crazy, man. Oh, this is where we are. Duct tape, and what happens when shit goes wrong with it. Oh, I could use more arterial spray. By the way, yeah, Channel Surf, one of those dudes. Once again, Vegas me up, met him, super nice guy. He's the one chat I mentioned last week. He gave me the Lummy figure. It was nice. I showed him the package. Some might say it was the best
You saw the
package.
package.
I showed you guys the package. I did see he can concur on that. I didn't say it was the best package, but they all did. So the
Giggity.
market decides what's the best package, and the market says, Nick, that's a nice package you got there from Channel Surf. And so the rest is history. I'm just saying, Rudy, it's a nice package. And you gotta show it off to the people. Otherwise, like, Rudy, you had that package for me and you did nothing about it. I just became Cameron right now from Ferris Bueller. Oh man.
I'm just stuck on that you showed the package. You never said how people reacted to your package, though.
Well, there's a lot oohs, ahs, oh when I showed them the package last week.
Would
So
you say that there was open mouths when you showed your package?
I mean, I can't see their faces through their names like Mars Monkey Max, Vince Womack, and Channel Surf, and
Forget it. You
Debug
didn't get
Martin.
the
Oh,
double
I
tap.
know where you're going there. I'm just being a smart ass about it.
God damn it.
I knew exactly where you're going. I just wanted to take it. I was deriving. Oh, I'm gonna play out this guy. Well, I can't see their faces. Da 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 da. But for all I know, maybe they did have their mouths open. Maybe they did. Maybe they were blown away by it.
There was expectation.
Expectations, yeah. They saw it and they felt like they had a moment, like they were experiencing some real life Dolph Lundgren in their life. It's always different when you get a little bit of the Lundgren in your life.
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
They were talking actually earlier, very briefly. I don't know if you guys caught FNT. I caught like the first hour and a half of it. And once I got into a very brief conversation about Showdown Little Tokyo, I was so happy. I was so fucking happy. I'm like, they should just talk about Showdown Little Tokyo for the next year, and I'd be fine with it. I'd be very fine. But they talked about exaggerated stuff in movies, and when Dolph Lundgren jumped over a car that was about to run.
Okay, Dolph Lundgren in Little Tokyo or Mel Gibson on Little Weapon? Who goes crazier?
Oh, God, Mel Gibson for sure. But the thing is, does he have the biggest dick he's ever seen on a man?
Oh, sorry, Mel Gibson ain't the biggest dick.
I
Mel
mean,
Gibson.
he got intimate with Danny Glover and came to the bathroom and him, taking the Browns at the Super Bowl. But
Biggest dick of all time. Who could it be?
I don't know, but I'm just gonna guess that it's
Wait,
Dolph.
I can figure this out. The biggest.
I'll let
dick
you
of all
figure
time.
that part out. You take the time on that. I'm just gonna rush to a conclusion.
There is one jackass. That's the tip of my tongue. I can't remember his freaking name. That's just.
Tip of
Damn it!
your
Why does it
tongue.
every time? I had it just yesterday. Why does it every time I try to bring something
I don't
important?
know. You said something about an ass on the tip of your
tips.
tongue. Yeah.
He's not, as Culture Casino would say, you're not wrong. If Culture's out there listening.
Oh, god damn it.
Biggest ass.
I got word that Dolph Lundgren, I don't know if he canceled, but he got removed from the listing of Fan Expo, and that kind of like hurts me. I feel like
Shit.
I'm not one to say a statement, is it a personal attack? Maybe he had some legitimate, but there's a part of me that feels like, damn, this personally hurts. It personally hurts, but
Yeah, it's
maybe
like
somewhere down the line, I'll have to redeem that because, man, all I wanted was.
Hey, anybody say Robert De Niro by any chance?
No.
Do I care about that guy? No.
No,
I loved his movies back in the day, but I don't give a shit about him going forward.
Fuck Nick,
him.
It kind of feels like they removed.
Wait, I got it. He was in South Park. Rob Reiner. He's the biggest dick there is.
Yeah, but Rob Reiner at least has made some really good movies. I'm not gonna, The Princess Bride, Spinal Tap. So I know TDS notwithstanding, his contributions have been absolutely phenomenal. And even Dean Cain, who said, "Yeah, I don't agree with him on a lot of things, but would I take the opportunity to work with him? Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I get that, man. If they can work together and be mutual, yeah, sure."
Also, the biggest dick on South Park is Scott. What a dick.
Speaking of South Park, dude, the episode of South Park where it's all about the cream frige, dude, the cream freeze with where there was that phone call where Randy Marsh got really obsessed with cooking.
Mhm.
And he's like, oh yeah, it's all slick. And he's talking about eating cream freeze.
I love that they had a callback of that episode on the episode of at the end of no, not the end of obesity, the one about the drink, the
Uh-huh.
energy drinks, where he is doing the OnlyFans cooking show, but instead of creme fraiche, is his balls.
It's his
He
balls.
just
I swear to God, Randy Marsh is truly, he has become a cultural icon beyond equal.
dude,
Oh,
he's my spirit
absolutely.
animal.
I've been trying to grow
Absolutely.
his mustache for years.
So, hi, Ironcaster.
I wasn't expected to come into talking about balls, but here we are.
Dude, it's us. We do this kind of crap every week.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what? You're right. That's on me. I should have known to expect this.
Nick was
I
just telling us
expect to come
about.
in and I expect to talk about balls.
Yeah, Nick
Big
was just
balls.
telling us about a convention that removed a huge member from the roster, the
Yeah.
biggest member they had.
They removed the biggest dick that Brandon Lee has ever seen on a man from Fan Expo Dallas. And you know what? It hurts. I must say, it really hurts.
You
Did-
know,
Like,
What happened? Did he do something, or is he just not able to make it?
he's not able to make it, and I don't know why. Because I
nobody's
don't know
going to
why.
feel.
It hurts that much more.
Yeah, nobody's gonna feel that empty space.
Dude, that Dolph Lundgren leaves such a huge void. No man can fill that void. No void, pun intended, concerning Thunderbolts. But that's a void that cannot be filled if mankind depended on it.
Dude, I was watching that red carpet for the Thunderbolts where
Yeah.
Lawrence Pugh is in that dress that shows her nips, and people are saying that dress was inappropriate, and I'm like, that's not inappropriate. That's disappointing.
Seems like a lot of men have gone oogly eyed for her in the let's just say
Wait, what?
last 48 hours.
She can actually be a villainess on a comic book. Just make it that that strip that was covering only half of her nips is some kind of medical device, and if you remove it, you expose her bare chest that is just a black hole that will suck earth and destroy everything. Because, dude, you see her with her is not
Probably you
motorboat.
just gave me an idea for a supervillain.
Yeah, with her is not motorboarding, is face planting. Sorry,
Face planting.
she's really flat, man. She goes with a dress that shows half of her chest, and that half is like a centimeter.
It's more concave.
I don't. How?
Concave?
Yeah.
No, really
Goes in.
is. Yeah.
I don't understand that term, concave.
It doesn't go out. It
goes
collapses
inside.
in. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an innie.
Her
Okay,
corpse
I just
are
saw
all-
a thing here. All right. Dolph Lundgren, May 1st. This is yesterday. Dolph Lundgren is unfortunately no longer able to attend Fan Expo Dallas due to filming commitments.
Oh.
If
At least it's not health related though. So
that's true. And he did recover from cancer after battling from it for 9 years. So there's still a chance out there.
Vince Womack. He says, have you ever thought about how they feel the hole in Tony Stark's chest?
Ah! Holy shit.
They
You
transplanted it from
savage
here.
Man. Holy crud. Wow. I have no words. I have no freaking words for that. that's just righteous, man. That's just righteous.
Oh God.
That maybe a cameo in He-Man. Oh, yeah, you can still do a cameo in He-Man. Yeah, that could still happen. Hold on.
Oh,
They should do him in. Okay, if I were to do a He-Man movie and bring in Dolph Lundgren, I would have done it as King He-Man, some kind of vision of the past
Well,
kind of way.
they are doing a He-Man movie. They are currently filming a He-Man movie. The only issue is that this set, or not even filming. I think they already are done. They are just looking for distribution or something like that. There's already a
Sorry,
He-Man
dudes.
movie in the works.
Child
Oh,
popped up. Didn't want to show on camera, so got
Here's the
me.
thing, I actually, and please don't persecute me too hard. I actually liked the old He-Man movie. I mean, it was bullshit lore-wise, but it was kind of fun.
sorry, I'm a fan of Keldor. I like when they do a good Skeletor.
Skeletor. Well, that would be cool. Granted, my knowledge on He-Man is very minimal. I've only seen some of the cartoon thanks to Vince Womack. Knowing that Dolph Lundgren was in that movie, it would be cool to respect where Lundgren came from. Like, hey, let's put him in this because he was a part of the lore via the movie. So let's do that for the Dolph. It's a good way to pay respects to, once again, the biggest dog that Brandon Lee's ever seen on a man.
Well, the thing is, there's a lot of
Crazy.
assumptions that they would want to be respectful, whereas at best you would probably get like a cameo from like a shop owner. That's where Hollywood is at. Like at best, you might see these guys pop up as sort of a homage or I think was it Sean Connery said it? Homage.
Homish.
Is the
Sounds like he's
Stanley
talking about hummus, aka hummus.
dude? Is the same issue that I had with a lot of the Stanley cameos. They were kinda
There were some
inconsequential for the plot.
bullshit cameos.
Yeah.
Like I get giving him appearances in movies to where he, helped create the character. He had an influential part on them directly, like a writer. But he didn't need to be in every single Marvel movie just because. Like, he didn't do jack shit for the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Or Deadpool.
And if we're being realistic, pretty much Iron Man, Captain America, the huge majority of them, it wasn't really him.
Yeah, with Iron Man, he actually had a lot to do.
Right.
He was screaming around on the office while they were working on it.
We're going to make an unlikable character popular.
Yeah.
LCR.
That counts. That counts.
He was a good salesman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Sometimes that does count for something because when you want to have a face that represents something, it doesn't mean that they contribute the most, but if they bring eyes to your business, that is.
Yeah, but I think the problem is Stan gets a lot of credit for doing a lot of stuff he didn't really do.
He does get. There's no denying that. There's no denying on the creative front. We can all. I'm sure we're all in unison. He is way over credit. But as far as being a business side face to bring eyes to the company, there's no denying that it didn't work. As far as the business side of it.
If you have you ever thought about this? Weirdly enough, Jack Kirby did more for Superman than Stan Lee. Both of them worked with Superman.
No, without question.
So even at that, Jack Kirby quite beats Stan Lee by a lot, and I mean a lot.
Seriously, Kirby created some of the most iconic things ever.
I think Caster had something to add. Go ahead, Caster.
Sorry about that, dude.
I was just saying, there's a reason why we call Stan the man, but Jack is the king.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's why he gets the king title. There's no disagreement with me on that one. Straight up, there was not. I am with that, homie. No, Stan was a good salesman. See, the man.
And look, you have to respect the guy who can get you to buy something.
Yeah, and I do, because you do have to have a certain game to pull off that business sense. So I'm not going to deny that he didn't succeed with that. I'm not going to deny it because it's proven. a lot of people know what Marvel is because of guys like that. Even though, once again, we know he got a lot more credit than deserved. That's obviously not for dispute. We know that. Stating the obvious. But as far as a sales tactic guy, it fucking worked. It definitely worked.
Yeah,
So,
talking about work, I wanted to ask you guys about the current news on Diamond, because they were
see,
being
does it seem
purchased.
like no one wants to buy Diamond?
Yeah,
Let's
they were
talk about it.
going
Fuck it.
to be
Let's talk about it. It's
purchased.
a
Yeah,
good subject.
yeah. But then it just so happens that they are losing the rights for Magic the Gathering.
They're
Yeah,
losing
Pat.
So,
lives for a lot of things right now. But that's perfect. Caster
yeah,
to answer off of. Caster, this is you, man.
So yeah, the best thing I understand it. At the end of the day, one of the biggest things that's really holding up a lot of comic shops these days is just the sales of Magic the Gathering cards, because that has basically become the cardboard lifeblood that has held up many a shop. Comics get pushed to the back of the store, and it gets hard to justify, spending $4 or $5 per issue on a stack of books you know,
yeah.
like
But
that. Like,
on
hey,
comics
here's
defense,
$40, $50 versus, you know, we're talking what, a dozen packs of cards.
no,
There's a lot more replay value. Plus, at the end of the day, Magic has really become much more of an investment in terms of the ability to flip for money.
yeah, but I have opened some packs, and I will tell you right now, the trade drops are absolute garbage, are dog shit tier level. So, yeah, if you're investing on Magic by cracking packs, I feel your pain. You shouldn't. Yeah, but also the price of packs have been rising right now. There's some packs. Final Fantasy, I think, is going to be over the $5 mark on the US. That means in Ecuador, it will be around the $10 mark for each pack.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm skipping Final Fantasy. I'm just plain skipping it.
I would be tempted to pick up like a pre-con for like the FF14 one, but actually, here, let me. There was an article that kind of came up about a day or two ago. We could hit up on if you do want to get a little bit more hard details.
Let's get into this diamond thing.
Yeah.
And what's up, 5 picoseconds? How you doing, dude? Nice to see
Yeah,
you.
Nick, I'm
here.
gonna have to drop off soon, guys. Probably.
Let us know when you do.
Yeah.
Okay, so Diamond Comics replies to Chapter 7 bankruptcy over late paperwork. Diamond Comics distributors replies to filing by the courts over the Diamond's late paperwork. Yesterday, Bleeding Cool reported on filed paperwork by the Baltimore Bankruptcy Court to turn Diamond Comics distributors' Chapter 11 bankruptcy proceedings trying to rescue the company to Chapter 7, liquidating the company's assets and closing it down. The hearing is set for a month's time, and the reason cited is that Diamond Comics Distribution has not filed their monthly reports for 3 months, which is necessary for Chapter 11. It's now issued the following statement saying you may have read or heard the case of the U.S. Trustee's Office recently filed a request to convert the bankruptcy from unavoidably not returning the three-month reports for January, February, and March. How unavoidable could this be? Might Diamond have raised the issue with the courts first? There was a good explanation. Diamond continues. Diamond is in the process of finalizing the report's information and to do so over the next few days. Okay, actually, this might not have been the best article to bring up for this, but this was some more recent information on this. Give me 1 second. I will find the next one I was looking for. But suffice to say, there's all kinds of news going on right now.
Yeah, this is not all, because there was a company that was going to buy them, and they already gave them $8 million because they obviously they were already finishing all the process of selling. But then they discovered that Wizards of the Coast is ending their agreement with Diamond in a couple of months. That means that they lose like $20 million from the price that they were paying from the for the company, just from the loss of that contract. And because of that, they are trying to back down from the purchase. So they are avoiding buying Diamond But Diamond is saying that they will keep the $8 million because they like them.
Oh, of course they are. What's up, TZ? Go
It-
on, Kester.
So the issue largely has become that Diamond has known that that the distribution of Magic products was coming to a close soon, and failed to inform the buyer. That's
Oh,
where the
what a
problem is.
shock. Sounds like every other decision that they make. They know problems are going to happen. It seems like Diamond's the type of company where you can tell them, hey, you got 2 years to solve insert issue A and then insert issue B. You got 2 years to solve this. And they won't act until the day before. Oh, no, we've got this problem. What are we going to do about it? We told you 2 years
and
ago.
all the businesses that right now we're actually hanging
A lot of the
by
companies,
a yeah,
comic publishers have already abandoned ship.
yeah.
IDW is abandoning ship. Titan Comics is abandoning ship. I think Image is in the works of filing a lawsuit against Diamond. Dude, Diamond is absolute. They
Oh,
are
they are
getting
fucked.
fucked in the ass.
Oh, absolutely.
They
But also,
claim
they had some international rights that I don't know what's going to happen, including with Mexico.
Oh, that's scary because it lets you know how much power they actually got and how much they took advantage of that power,
Oh, well,
being the sole distributor for such a long time.
thanks to DC and Marvel, they were the biggest company on the comic book industry. They were just dominating everything, the whole distribution. And that's not all. They were operating as a bank because they were making these loans to comic book shop owners for, let's say, you will get into 10 grand in debt. You don't have to pay it right now. You can pay it later. You can kick the can as much as you want because we need you to be in business for us to be in business. But you're still on debt with us, and we will try to get our money back. Well, guess what? All those people are fucked because their debt right now is basically either going to the state or going to whoever buys the company. So
And that's probably why another reason why a lot of companies are laying out this. They're seeing the debt that they are inheriting from Diamond,
it's
and they're
huge.
realizing what they're inheriting is not some small amount.
Yes. And there's a lot of stores that will have to close because other companies will try to get the money back.
Oh
And
yeah.
most of the people that got into this kind of debt, they are way over what they can pay because Diamond were selling them comics that they were not able to sell to customers
Uh-huh.
because they were shit.
in the
You
decision.
know, the only sympathies I have to anyone in Diamond are, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, let's just say there's people in Diamond who did sound the alarm on this forever ago, and they try to tell, let's just say, someone, whether it's a higher up, someone in the similar position. I'm sure there's somewhere in the company, there's somewhere there's a sliver of intelligence that saw this from a mile away and said something, and their voices were the unheard. And they clearly
Well,
got drowned out by the more dominant voices, whether it was a higher position or people who were there to maintain the status quo. And whatever that position was that helped maintain the status quo, it's clear that the chickens are coming home to roost. And I think Diamond might actually be fucked. Like, it's going to now take them a genuine miracle to get out of this.
Oh, I don't think there's any way they can get out of this unless they're smart, and we all know they won't be smart.
Oh, it would have to take someone want to inherit their BS. What do you think, Caster?
I think that this is going to be an issue that there's no avoiding. This is leading to a car crash that has been sounded off for years at this point. Like for the last decade, we've had people warning that this is coming. That it was just the inevitable is going to happen, and everyone's been kicking this can down the road. Well, it's only a matter of time until finally enough is enough. And I mean, like we're seeing here, $39 out of the $160 million is just that Wizards of the Coast sales alone. If this is, it's going to be really hard to even keep afloat if we're talking 25% of what revenue they do have coming in is suddenly cut out from under them. It's like you're cutting one of their legs off.
Yeah.
Shit. That's yeah.
Yeah, it was so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us have sounded the alarms on this. I've had friends in various comic shops who they run who have sounded the alarms on issues of Diamond. Obviously, then you got guys who are YouTubers, Gary Nurrock, who used to own a comic shop. Oh my God, Gary used to own the comic shop. Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
and he had brought up many issues.
Also, Clobby and Devot Martin, I think they had some
Dark
dealings
Shadow
with
Logan,
comic
all
book
these
shops.
dudes.
Yeah.
I love how we have a show called Clobby's Comic Shop, and our show has attracted dudes who worked or if not ran a comic shop. I love it. There's a unique respect I gotta give to comic shop owners that doesn't go out to anyone else, because it's clear the hand you were dealt with these companies. And well, it's fucking insane, but respect to you guys for it.
I do wonder in all this going on, why is Wizards of the Coast deciding not to renew this? Magic is the top brand that keeps Hasbro afloat.
Like but
the only thing that I could think at this point is maybe they want to change the way they do distribution, because we've seen with the likes of Dungeons and Dragons that they've been trying to make changes to the way they do their distribution deals. So I think ultimately comic shops may still be okay. They just have to, pick up a third distributor in order to order their product.
Yeah, the only issue there will be the debt that they had with Diamond, if they had any, that most comic book shops had. That's the biggest problem of them all, that most of them already had a huge debt with them. But Magic for a few years, and I know that is partly fault of Diamond, didn't have MSRP. They didn't have a price that you will see on the page about how much is a box of posters, how much is a booster, how much is a precon, because it was easier for Diamond to charge stupid amounts for some of these things. So that means that now I can understand why a couple of months ago, out of the sudden, Wizards started to have MSRP again. They have a recommended price for their products again. It's pricey, it's stupid, it's too much for me to pay, but at least it exists.
What had happened, Pablo, was they were changing the way they distributed their D&D books. I think they've now got a deal with I think they might possibly have a deal with Penguin Random House, and in order to sell the books that way, you have to have the MSRP on them.
Penguin is a terrible publisher, man.
I know, but they're one of the few big ones.
Yeah, that's true.
I know knowing what my guy deals with publishers. Distributors. Sorry, gotta correct myself. Penguin seems okay. They do write back to him in emails, unlike Diamond, so he does actually get responses back, which is something. He's still trying to work out what he can do so comics come in better condition, and it doesn't mean that they always come in damaged. It's just he's one of the guys who tries to keep them as mint as possible, right, for the shop. And he has seen signs of improvement at first with Penguin. So at first there's some rough patches, but they have definitely stepped up their game. But he feels like it needs to be up to his standard, which is good. And it seems like that conversation is ongoing and it's being worked on, which is, once again, that's good. Oh, Fenrir's got to go. So Fenrir, we're gonna embiggen you. So why don't you plug your plug, and then you can head on off to enjoy your weekend, sir.
Thank you kindly, sir. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna have to drop off early, folks. After the whole story I'm certain I revealed to most of you at the beginning. I am extremely tired, pissed off, and quite frankly, just I would very much take a brownie from anyone they would give me right now in the hopes of it actually getting me higher than a kite.
I get
Because at
it,
least I'll
man.
be out of the position of existence.
I can
At
give
this
you a
point,
blunt.
you know what? Yeah, let's just cut the middleman. Yeah. Point
It's way
is,
easier that way.
yeah, but the point is, y'all know me. You know what I do. Follow me. Give me a loves up. Give me money and
Give
whatnot,
him a
whatnot.
big kiss.
If you're a hot chick, yes. If you're a dude, absolutely not. Well,
I
the point is,
identify
you
as
got
a
my story.
beautiful woman.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey,
but I would question. Hey, Castor, Pop, you guys ever actually? I got my story thing.
Chapter 2, I have a couple of questions. I'm not done yet with chapter 2, but I have a couple of questions about the reporter and everything, but that will take time. So, yeah, no worry
Oh,
about that.
fuck it, shoot! I'm actually excited. Fuck it.
Dude, what's his deal with Doc? That's it.
Hmm?
What's his deal with Doc?
deal with
Ah,
Donnie, deal with
Told you,
Donnie.
it's going to take time.
fuck. Okay, gotta be more specific here. There's a lot of crap with Doc there.
All right, Fenrir.
Yeah, when they are with in the confrontation with the gun,
Uh-huh.
chapter 2.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry
Look,
about it.
we're gonna have to talk about this in private because I'm gonna take too freaking long about it, and I gotta drop off. Ironcaster, I also hope that you maybe gave it a look at one of these days because send me the link at some time.
Yeah, I will take a look when I get a chance, but life's been busy.
Riveting. All right then. I'm sorry to burn your time. Have a good weekend, you boys. Stay safe, people, and
Thanks
remember,
for being
everything that
here.
goes wrong in the universe is Jesse's fault. Always.
Well, he's
He's
Take
not
trying
care,
here.
to
Fenrir.
make it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Dude.
All right, I want to highlight this comment from D Bud here. Right here. I had to get a diamond account when the Marvel Heroes World crap went down. I was already out of the business when Marvel caved and went to them for distribution. Yeah, it's true they got overly dependent on them. And I have to emphasize the overly because one thing when you want to have a business relationship and you want you want to have some trust there. I get it, but they got so overly comfortable, and I get the feeling of, I get the idea, not the feeling, the idea of one-stop shop. I get that, but I feel like nowadays everything is not based around the best model of something. It seems like it's based on what's the most convenient. And in an ideal world, convenient is good. In some cases, even less than ideal, it can still be good. But when convenience becomes the bane of your businesses, that's where it becomes a problem because convenience eventually does lead to laziness. Laziness leads to a lack of transparency. And these are all steps that Diamond has taken and doubled, tripled, quadrupled, five dupled, dozen dupled down on. And they had taken advantage of that. Even when DC was one of the very first publishers to back out from Diamond. DC actually, of all the things DC did, they were ahead of the game with that one. In what, 2020 or 2021, they saw that and they're like, okay, we're going to back out from them early. That was one of the big two. How did it not register that Diamond at that time, we're about to lose one of the big two? We need to change some shit. And they did nothing about it. Oh, it's almost like they pretended it didn't happen. Like they don't. There's like they got so used to having no competition for so long that they're like, well, we'll just still pretend that we have none,
And they were
and
growing,
everything
man.
hopefully will sort itself out.
They
And
were
it's not
growing.
sorting itself out. It's clearly not.
Yeah, they were growing in a lot of different directions. They were taking over the toy industry, also the figure industry.
Yes.
They were messing with that a lot. They are part of the blame of the enshittification of everything with Funko Pops and that shit. Because guess what? That made money. Also, how did that work for GameStop? Yeah, not great.
It didn't.
But Diamond also pushed a lot of that shit. They pushed a lot of this fake geek that
Oh, they see they weren't the first on Apollo. I gotta add to your point. You know what? I think it was one of the very first things. I don't know if it was the first thing, but it was definitely one of the first. And you tell me if you remember this, and then you carry on your point. It was around 2013 or 14. I don't know if you had a Facebook at this point. At the time I did, but there was like this survey sent to a bunch of people asking if they were fans of comics. And a bunch of millions, I mean millions, responded, talking about how they were. And one of the big takeaways from that survey was look at all these women who are into comics. We're ignoring a
yeah,
giant market. Do you remember that
yeah.
survey?
I remember that survey, but I remember something earlier, and this is
Oh,
something
I
that
want to
people
hear
have.
what you
Yeah,
got.
people have not been talking about that era between 2008 and
Mhm.
2012 where the hipsters took over all the hobbies. So they
Mhm.
were playing D&D, and it was also the Big Bang Theory was on TV and everything, and they wanted to be quirky and interesting, and they had all these communities on Twitter and on Facebook, and the fucking assholes
Geek
destroyed
chick
everything.
geek chick became popular.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
geek shit became trendy. All of a sudden, I'm glad you're mentioning this shit. That was my summary of the 2016 Suicide Squad trailer. And my line for it, when people go, oh, how you feel about that movie coming out? I'm like, if I had to sum it up, it reeks of, hey guys, we like this stuff like you do too. No disrespect to David Ayer, the director of that movie. I am actually a fan of David Ayer. Outside of that movie, he's made a bunch of other stuff that I truly, truly love. And obviously, when they were trying to mimic the Guardians of the Galaxy, it's clear they were changing whatever he had envisioned for that movie. And that trailer, though, when it was super MTV eyes, super Guardians of the Galaxy like, I knew right then and there they are trying to go full on hardcore normie for this.
Yeah.
I understood with that trailer because I noticed a lot of people who were talking about that movie were people who have never given a shit about it because it was the first movie that Harley Quinn, and then no one gave a rat's ass about it after that. And a lot of those people thought the movie is bad too, but no one gave any of this stuff a second chance. It's funny, no matter how many times they try to push for that audience, which I don't necessarily condemn any company for doing. It's one thing when you try it sporadically because you never know. Different people could pop up in different generations, different age groups. You want to try some things, but they were overly reliant on trying it, thinking that if we could get this type of investment that we get from geeks and nerds, but out of a normie audience, we can replace them. And clearly, they still haven't gotten the hint. Mostly, some have that you can't just assume that they'll replace it, even if they do show up to something, because they don't show up to something to invest in it in the same way. They're into it because it's considered the thing at the time. It's the accepted popular thing. And the minute it loses its being in fashion, being in style, once that ship sails, they're gonna go try to catch up to that ship. They're gonna go to try to catch up to that ship. And that's what they do. And then the people you're stuck with were the people you tried to ignore, abandon, dismiss to begin with. You have pulled off a successful 360, and Subhuman says bring back spinner racks. I had a great comment here from D-Bud said and DC signed the exclusive in the 90s was what led to Diamond eventually becoming the monopoly. Ironic that DC was the first to leave. Yeah, funny how that shit plays out. And Brian McCann, what's up, Brian? He said for $5, yes, bring back spinner racks and convenience store comic sessions. Make convenient comics great again. Now, here's what I think on that. Thank you for the $5, by the way, sir. Hopefully, you're having a good Friday night. Appreciate your 5. I think in order to pull off the spinner rack, and I do think there is a structure that needs to happen with a spinner rack, it's only got to be very, very specific comics. Like, let's just say for DC, Superman, Batman. For, I don't know, Image, maybe Transformers. For Marvel, Spider-Man, X-Men. You got to keep it very limited because you want to still have the incentive to, okay, hey, you got into comics, we got you on the hobby. You want to know where there's more? Go seek out a comic shop. I don't want them to be at a point where they're carrying Daredevil, Moon Knight, Green Arrow, Green Lantern, the Question at those shops. You do that, forget your comic shops. So I think if you do just give people a good taste with the most popular characters, and if they get to a hobby and they want more, they're going to want to seek it out because now you've got them hooked. And now that you've got them hooked, boom, they're going to be motivated because you gave them that motivation by giving them a taste. I feel like you've got to keep it limited on the selection of what you carry. Spinner racks can work at a convenience store, but you got to keep it very limited. This is a strong case of less is more.
Well, the other thing that has to go with that is returnability of the books.
Yes. Oh,
because otherwise there is little to no incentive to anything that isn't a dedicated comic shop to carry them.
That fight has been going for decades.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
But the thing is, like, for comics to survive, for comics to get that sort of expansion into, regular stores, that isn't just a shrink wrap bundle of 10 or 15 books from like years back.
Mm-hmm.
They have got to try to treat them like magazines.
Oh, absolutely.
It used to work like that when the comic book shops and the newspaper stands used to get the comics wrapped with cord.
Mm-hmm.
They were able to return them to the manufacturer. It was part of the whole system.
Mm-hmm.
Later, when the distribution became more like it is now, the companies stopped accepting, and they will remove the barcode from the comics and obscure it with a Spider-Man face or a Batman face or something like that. But that is basically, the industry just saying fuck the comic book stores because the big chains, the supermarkets and such that still sold the comics still got the barcode, and they could return the comics to Diamond, and Diamond will just return the sale. So there were people that were able to return the comics, just not comic book shops because fuck them for some reason, even though they are the main blood of the business.
No, I hear you, buddy. I do. I hear you loud and clear. What's up, Mohammed says I have read Fantastic Four issue 64. Berserk Eclipse arc is life changing. Griffith is most hated, dude. You're on some very killer issues, man. Please keep me updated on your progress, dude. I like that. I like that a lot. And Stephen M. Kellogg has another great comment I want to highlight. So we got 2 more, and then we'll carry on. What about placing $1 comics in the spin racks to entice people? Once again, yes, but once again, the caveat is still keep it with the very biggest characters: Spider-Man, X-Men, Batman, Superman. If you really had to do a 3rd or 4th one, maybe Wonder Woman, The Flash, and for Marvel, maybe Captain America, the Hulk. You still got you want to leave a really strong taste, but you don't want to blow your wad because once again, you want to keep the shops going because the shop should be the destination. The
Okay,
shop
here's an
should be the
idea.
destination if you get hooked. And
Here's an
let me
idea.
highlight this one last thing, and then I'll let you take it, Pablo. Brian, for another $2, thank you. Says, bring back pulp paper comics. I love that paper from Pulp Comics. Love
Oh
it.
yeah,
I don't oppose to that. Okay, Pablo, go ahead and carry it on.
yeah. With pulp, the only issue is that it deteriorates a lot. So you will notice that the colors are really faded, and the paper starts to have these small holes and everything. That's the only thing that I don't like. But the smell of pulp is awesome.
You're
Also,
right. You're right. How and this is where I'm gonna give the defense argument on that. So Colin,
eh,
he was here and then he wasn't here. Um,
He had to go make
you're
another
right
call.
on all that happening, but that's a sacrifice and a price, and I'm willing to pay. Why? And this is probably gonna be a controversial take, and I don't give a shit if it is, because there's gonna be a specific market that's gonna be pissed off about that, and that's called the collector's market.
yeah,
I don't give a shit. I like this hobby because I love this hobby, because I wanted to read these things, get invested in these stories. And when people go on about my collector's market, I don't give a shit. I'm into this because I love this. And I'm not knocking people who make money from it. Make your money. If you sell shit and that's just something you enjoy doing, okay, great. But if you are only into this because of the selling, you're not really one of us.
yeah.
Not
That
If that's
at the
your
end of the day.
exclusive passion, then you're not one of us.
At the end of the
something.
day, not every book is going to be collectible. Not you shouldn't feel like you have to hold on to every book, guys. It's okay to throw shit books away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that connects. Just let me finish that idea before I let Jesse say hello, because hey, Jesse.
Yes.
But before that, here's a fix: sell comics on the supermarkets, whatever superhero you want. It doesn't matter, but do it with all issues instead of printing the current ones. All issues get people a good introduction into comics,
Yes.
and that's it.
Hi, Jesse.
Hi, sorry I'm late. Been
It's
a hell of
okay.
a day. I still
You're
sound a bit like a
900
frog.
kids.
Right, I
You're-
know, and counting. So
And counting.
it
So
happens.
you know I'm not gonna give you shit at all, Pierre. What's up, core member? How you doing,
Well,
buddy?
Cool member, what's up?
Well,
buddy?
the truth is he's building up the army so he can have them all just paint his minis for him.
I like that.
Well, no,
I like that.
really, what it comes down to is I'm going to turn all of my kids into giant nerds and single-handedly save the culture, because the rest of y'all fuckers are way behind me. So, like, the only person who's got me beat is like Marsden and Elon Musk. So I don't like, somebody's got to fucking do it.
Okay, but let me
holy
put
cow.
out the obvious flaw to you. You're going to one day introduce them to Warhammer 40K, and they're all going to want to get Space Marines. They're all going to get different factions.
Cool. And if they're not Dark Angels, I'll beat them all into the ground and go for the lion. So
Wait, isn't the Primarch coming back?
He's been back for a while. Yeah, the lion's been back for a while. Gilliman's back. The lion's back. We've got what's his face? One of the chaos guys. No, Emperor's Children. Fulgrim's already come back as well. Yeah, there's a few of them. Yeah, it's a hell of a time. It's a great time to be a Warhammer 40K fan. There's all kinds of really cool shit going on, and that includes the comics. There's great comics too, so don't forget.
I love that.
That's the best part. There's comics too.
All right, so I got to highlight a few more things here. Steven M says, makes sense. Price is an issue. No, and that's why I feel like if the quality is there, people can respond to the prices. If they feel like there is goodwill there, they may not be, let's just say, enthusiastic about it, but they can forgive. They know they're going to get something that tries to shoot for the fences as much as possible. So yeah, and you want to also have the characters that have the most recognizability. So I do have to approach this from a very capitalistic mindset, because that's the one that, once again, no pun intended, as you said as well, this is the mindset that pays off. I don't think anyone's going to disagree on that. And we got another great comment from core member I want to highlight before we continue our discourse on Diamond, because that's been the conversation for the last 30 minutes. It's been really good comment. I forgot how much I enjoy reading comics until I stumbled across the stream on Fridays. Found what I wanted to read at Comics Online. Love reading those 3 Daredevil issues. My man, that's what I love to hear. I love to hear that. I'll definitely make sure next week when I'm here Friday night, I'm going to have a haul from Free Comic Book Day. My goal is to get a trade or two and some old school back issues. I'm going to try to go 80s and 70s, see what I can score, and just be off to the races. Of course, I'll show up the freebies that I get. Hopefully, one of them's Conan. So, and I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun. I got the Mythicals 3 on the way too from Hojo, so I'm very stoked about that. I can't wait to read that. Shout out to Hojo for getting that out. I'm so stoked on the Mythicals number 3. 1 and 2 were really fun. First set up the dominoes. Number 2 is the exposition. So that number 3, I'm like, what's he gonna do next? I'm all in on it. What's up, Joe Dog? How you doing, buddy? I'm really excited about this. So right now, getting the show going, guys, it was like, okay, I want to have a comic show about comics that involves drinking. And I always say, if you're not satisfied with something, go ahead and host your own shit where you do that. And well, that's why this show happened. And that's why we're drinking right now. Going out for free comic with my man, Jonathan Conroy. That's what I like to hear. The earlier you get, the better your chances are for getting Conan, The Phantom, Thundercats and Powerpuff Girls, Speed Racer. Get as early as you can. Just saying.
I can't wait to go. I got all the kids this weekend, so I can't wait to go. Dude, highlight Brian's comment because that shit is funny as fuck. But cheers to Free Comic Book Day.
He still are just spores of his spilled blood on. Dude, that's so epic. You see, he's making your fertility sound epic. That's all he's doing. He's making it sound amazing. So that's all I'm getting out of that.
Shout out to Brian, dude. I loved that comment. That was so good.
So I have the perfect idea for Nick.
Okay. I'm listening.
Jamin, we need to get him to watch the Bricky videos.
What the fuck is that?
Bricky's okay. I prefer Luton or even Major Kill. Major Kill would be more Nick's style because the Major Kill videos are like 10 minutes a piece. That would be way more Nick's style.
What I'm talking about is the introduction. Like, start with that because like every time I look around YouTube, it's like here's a new VTuber reacting to the Bricky introduction to 40K. It's like
but like
every week there's a new one popping up.
Yeah, I just Bricky's too legacy for me. He's way too mainstream and all of that kind of stuff for me personally. Like I get it, but I like Luton and Major Kill were at least willing to address some of the controversy where Bricky's just like, there's no controversy going on. I have no idea what you're talking about. Like I can't handle guys that are complete and total simps.
Jesse, there is no war on Basing Say. There is no war.
Yeah, exactly. No. We've always been in war with Eurasia, except we weren't until we were with war with Pacifica. No, we were always with war with Pacifica. What are you talking about? Yeah, no, that's why I'm like, I'm not a fan of Bricky. I like Bricky, but I'm just like, nah, give me the guys that are at least going to give it to me straight. You know what I mean? Even if I disagree with your opinion, that's
give me the meat. Give it to me raw.
Exactly, Pablo. Give it to me raw, all in my face. Oh, wait, what? That came off gay. What?
Like I said, it just seems like it's a good place to start. Hey, here's some basic shit on this, and then from there we fill it out because holy shit, it's all fucking death metal. We gotta show Nick the Night Lords.
Oh yeah, Nick's gonna love the Night Lords, dude. The Night Lords, the Raven Guard, like they are all so metal. Nick's gonna be like, oh.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Which one is the gayest faction?
Ooh.
Emperor's Children. They are all fucking gay for.
There you go. Yeah. That's how you hook me.
Not
how you could
not
be.
only are they purple, but like their Primarch literally enjoyed his sons torturing him because of like inappropriate pleasure that I don't want to say on YouTube.
There's one of them is literally
So,
called
yeah.
Fabius Bile.
Oh, well, yeah, but no. Okay, Fabius Bile is literally like the least gay of all of them. Okay, because Fabius just wants to make the world better, and he's
name is
surrounded by
Fabulous.
fucking degenerates.
That's
No,
gay.
he's surrounded by fucking degenerates, and he wants to make the universe better. No, Fabius Bile is the only one that's actually decent out of the Emperor's Children. Even though the fact that he wears literally a flesh cloak, he's got a cloak made out of actual flesh. So yeah, he's kind of metal too. Either way, I didn't mean to turn this into a Warhammer 40k stream, Ironcaster. What the fuck? Nick's just like, okay. It's nerds being nerds. I don't care.
I may have been jumping back into the Horus Heresy novels.
Oh yeah, you got a long road to go. Just read the last three. The end of time or whatever it is, and then you can go back and read the other ones because there's like 50 of them that you can read whenever you want. Because we know the main story. Just the ending is fucking epic. Because it's no bullshit. Like the Emperor fucking comes in, one of his sons goes, "Fuck you! I'm gonna kill the main bad guy," and loses his life, and the Emperor's like, "Oh, my son," and goes like full fucking Super Saiyan, dude, and just like annihilates homeboy, dude. Like he is so pissed. It's great. Sorry.
He annihilates him like Games Workshop annihilates bank accounts.
I'm gonna acknowledge some really exceptional comments. Next we're going to put on those on Megadeth records and scream while he reads. Yeah. Well, if I do, it's probably gonna be killing is my business, and business is good. And then
dude, that's the entire
buying. And then
that's literally the definition of the entire Warhammer universe.
And then it got worse.
It's a fantastic album. Is he gayer than Rob Halford? Probably, but I don't give a fuck. Speaking of gayer than Rob Halford, no excuses. This October, I'm done with my excuse. Being a Judas Priest fan of 20 plus years, I need to see Priest this fall because he's doing a co-headline tour with Alice Cooper. And that is going to be huge. And yes, they are coming to Texas. I think they're doing 2 or 3 shows in Texas. Judas Priest and Alice Cooper. That's the freaking dude. Holy shit.
I saw Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie in Little Rock, Arkansas, and Zombie's a good show.
The one a few years ago or the more recent one?
Oh no, this was like probably 2009, 2010, something like that.
Them together.
Yeah.
A few of them
dude.
Always
Zombie's good, but holy fuck, dude, Alice Cooper is
right,
dude. That's something else, dude. He's a fucking legend, dude. I love, I will, dude. If I get a chance, I will totally grab that because Alice Cooper is fucking incredible. It's literally a theater production. If any of you have never seen Alice Cooper live, you have to see it because it is literally a theater production. The girls are fucking hot. Alice is fucking great. Like it is rock and fucking roll with theater and death and murder, and it's incredible, dude. Alice Cooper live is fucking really amazing.
So I had a cool showing. So I went in 2012. There's a big festival in Milwaukee called Summerfest, and I went where it was Alice Cooper as direct support to Iron Maiden on the 4th of July, Milwaukee Summerfest. So I had already seen Maiden once at that point. So I was like, oh, cool, Alice Cooper's an opener. I got to make sure I get there early to catch Alice Cooper because that could be cool. And I had known Alice Cooper at that point. Obviously, I'd seen him in Wayne's World. I had heard a handful of the hits, I guess you could say. But man, once I saw that show and I heard more of his other songs, not just the usuals, School's Out, Feed My Frankenstein, Poison, which are all great. It was awesome to hear all these other songs that I don't normally hear. And that was when I became a believer immediately. I'm like, holy shit,
Dude.
Alice Cooper's incredible. I'm almost, and I still haven't seen Priest, I'm almost kind of concerned for Priest having to follow up Alice Cooper. And I say that as a huge 20+ year fan of the Priest, which I can't wait, by the way. And Alice does have a new album coming out in July called The Revenge of Alice Cooper, which is technically it's his first band album. Because in case, and I'm going to go on a music tangent chat, so bear with me here. When Alice Cooper started, it was a band. And then after somewhere between 6 and 7 albums, Alice Cooper became a solo project. This upcoming album is the first album from the Alice Cooper band in 45, maybe 50 years.
Dude.
And it's got 4 fits of the original lineup. The only reason one of the members isn't in it is because he passed on, because you literally can't do anything when death hits. And one song from that passed on member, they used one of his songs to contribute to this album. It's called The Revenge of Alice Cooper, coming out late July. Chat, you want to know about it? I listened to a song called Black Mamba. Type it up on YouTube, put it on your watch later tab. Alice Cooper, Black Mamba. I already pre-ordered it. I already did. I got the box set on Amazon where it's a CD, the vinyl, a print, and then a shirt. So I'm stoked for Alice Cooper's new album, for the band. And when you hear the song, it's old school shit. And then the fact that the tour with Priest is happening, it's going to be a wildly great October. So, yeah, he's coming around the country with Priest, man. It's going to be great. It's
so
fantastic.
fucking dope, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Dude,
with Priest, it's perfect.
Dude, and listening to him to do Poison like in person is fucking incredible, dude. He is just as good today. Well, at least the last time I saw him, which was 10 years ago. But I'd imagine he's like, because I saw oh my god, I'm having a brain fart. Ozzy. I saw Ozzy like at like the height of like where they were like everybody's like, oh, the show, he's gone so bad, his health's so bad. And I'm like, dude was still running around the stage doing fucking great. And like Alice Cooper is in way better health than Ozzy because he's done less drugs. You know what I mean? So like
he stopped them sooner than Ozzy is what he did.
Yeah. And Alice Cooper, like you have got to see that in person. Like if you get the chance, fuck, it's good, especially with essentially the whole band being back together. Dude, that's gonna be fucking epic. Sorry. Nick and I got off on a rock and roll tangent, dude. I love fucking Alice Cooper, man. It's so fucking good. Don't ask me about Dio. I'll do the same.
TZ's got, he's a straight. Yeah, he loves his golf. That's a very big thing that he's passionate on.
He had a restaurant in like Arizona or something that like he would literally like if you went in there and ate, like every once in a while you would see him in there and he would come in there and do like fucking what do they call it? Not acapella, but I guess kind of acapella, but where he would just have the guitar and he would just like get out every once in a while and just start singing in the middle of the restaurant and shit. Like I heard so many stories about that. Like he's just he's just a good dude all around. He's just a good fucking dude.
So my guy Razor Fist actually has ran into him at that restaurant when he was a youthful child. He did run into him then. It was the only time he had met him. And so he could say, and that's in his home state because anyone who knows, Razor very well documents he is an Arizona native. That's his home state.
Yeah, he's made
so I'm like, man, and guys, if you haven't, watch his Metal Mythos on Alice Cooper. It's 2.5 hours, and he covers all of the albums from when they start off as a band into it being a solo act, and he covers his addictions, his divorce that almost was, and then he saved his own marriage, and he turned his life around, became clean, became born again. He's been that way for 40 plus years, and he has sounded great.
I love the fact that he's a Christian.
He looks 65 or 70 for the last 30, 40 years, but yet sounds amazing. Just Just saying.
Dude,
So,
I'll tell you what, we're gonna have the best metal band in heaven ever because of all of the guys that got all of like the hardcore rock and roll. Yeah, devil horns, drug addicts. Oh wait, by the way, I found Jesus. And I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have the best metal band ever.
I know. Trust me. I catch a lot of the replays on that stuff, and he does.
I get the notifications all the time.
I gotta message him like, dude, hey, get some new mythoses going, man. Get some new mythoses going. Come on. I'm just gonna have to message him and egg him on about it. So, I'm like, come on, you want to. I know you've gotten so good. And it was one of those things where once he started covering politics, he kind of became a victim of his own success because his channel, like he was doing well, but it really took off extra once he covered politics. But I'm gonna have to like try to egg him on and beg him to do Metal Mythos. I'm already egging him on already about trying to do Rageaholic Cinema. I already said to him, I want him to do Rambo, all 5 movies. So I'm not gonna let that. I got to first do this one by one. Get Rambo done, and then continue the Mythos. And I see Vince posted the link in chat. Yeah, guys, please put that on your watch later tab. I don't care if you gotta watch it in halves, in fourths, or the entire thing at once, but you got to watch that Alice Cooper Mythos. It is hugely essential. Hugely essential. Some might say it's the most essential.
Hey, the best way to get anything out of your favorite content creators is to bully the fuck out of them. Okay, like that's the truth. Like my chat comes into me and yells at me and like, hey, did you hear about this? I'm like, well, I guess we're gonna talk about it now. So yeah, that's absolutely.
That's why that's why I gotta make it my mission. That's why I gotta make it my mission to like, dude, just do it. You know you want to, and I cannot because the thing is. Yeah, I do message him times. I actually have direct contact to him. I do message like, come on, just do it. I'm just gonna have to be that voice in his head. I'm gonna have to be this.
You are like, look. I'll even help. Just let me help. I just want you to do it again. I'll help. I'll do whatever you need. Just make it happen.
Yeah. Yep. All right, what's the Sepultura Pantera
Corn. I love Corn.
Came out sick. Y'all performed. I believe that was when they were blowing up. That was 94. Far Beyond Driven was a #1 album on the Billboard when that was a relevant thing. So, and that was also when Sepultura was blowing up as well, especially from Brazil transitioning to America. Yeah, it makes sense. And what's up, Hannibal Grimm?
Wait. 94 for Korn? There's no way.
Korn's first album was in 1994.
Was it really? Was the self-titled album in 94? Wow, okay. Yep. Oh, that's right. 94. I guess I was. God, I'm getting fucking old. Jesus.
Didn't it start with Freak on a Leash and everything?
That was 1998.
Freak on a Leash was their 3rd album, and that's where they blew up.
That's where
the self-titled album was really good. Yeah, that's when they had like the MTV video, the bullet through all the pass through with Freak on a Leash, and that's when they really blew up. Mm-hmm. Well, God, I can't believe it was 94. Wow. Fuck, Nick, we're getting old, son of a bitch.
Yeah,
I love it.
My youngest might come with to Precinct Cooper. She might. We'll see. Hannibal says saw Mystery Cooper and Zombie back in August. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that was the package. And I thought that was cool. That was the package. Mystery's a fitting opener. Al Jorgensen. Let's just say, I know a guy who was his bartender. And, like, I literally know this guy. This isn't just some guy I know in passing. Like, if you ask that guy, hey, do you know who Nick Weiser is? He'll tell you, yeah, I know who that guy is. I know who that is. This guy was his bartender, and he said that Al Jorgensen from Ministry smelled really bad.
Oh, shit.
He said his live performance was fantastic. But as far as Al Jorgensen himself, he said he smells really, really bad. So you make of those comments what you will.
Dude, rockers are the worst about not showering properly. And
some of them are. Some are good.
To
be fair, I understand some of it because not every venue does have laundry. Not every venue
Right.
does actually
That's true.
shower.
To-
I
yeah,
can
no.
confirm this because I had been in the green rooms of let's just say all, but let's just say a good chunk of the venues in Chicago. And I can say firsthand, I know for a fact a lot of them do not have showers or laundry machines. And
Yeah.
when they're not, let's just say within a few miles reach of where your show's at, it can be a bit of a pain in the ass and you're stuck in a shitty situation. And a lot of
Quite
those guys
literally.
are stuck in a position where they have to save a bag to have their stage clothes that smell bad and keep them in its own distinct bag from their regular everyday clothes that they change into. And normally that's a sign that their stage clothes are always smelly because those are the clothes that they wear on stage exclusively for the show. So I just gave you away a lot of nasty, smelly details. That's the reality for a lot of bands that, let's just say, if your headline tour is about 1,000 people per venue, that's probably the position you're in. It's
Yep.
brutal
Sucks,
reality.
but it's
What's up,
true.
Caster? I see your
Oh,
eyes.
So I decided to go look up Alice Cooper tickets.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. I don't even want to
He's-
know.
Oh, get this. He's playing in Detroit, or no, he's playing in Saginaw, Michigan, about less than an hour away from me next weekend.
Woo!
How much are tickets, Ironcaster?
Let's see, depending on where I want to sit.
Because it was 60. It was $60 for me to see Zombie and Cooper back in 2009, 2010. What is it now?
Let's see. If I want to sit in the upper area, the upper like the nosebleed seats, it's like $35.
Okay, that's not bad. But the decent seats.
If I want to be on the floor, it's $50.
How far is
That's not
Clarkson to
bad,
you?
dude. That's fucking cheap.
Yeah.
I actually like the $50. I'm good with that.
How far
like,
is
I hate
Clarkson?
I hate when I hear about those tickets that are like fucking $200 and shit like that. Like to go see fucking Metallica and shit like that. It's like fucking fuck you. I'm not gonna pay $200 to go see your fucking burnout old ass. No, $50. $50. I'm willing to. I'm down for a legend. I'm down for a legend.
Clarkson is actually like maybe about a half hour south of me, so we're talking 90 minutes away from the show.
I
Yeah.
just saw October 2nd, Clarkson, Michigan, Judas Priest and Alice Cooper. Because I am let's put it this way, I'm the two stops after you. I'm October 5th, Tinley Park, Illinois, and then October 25th is Austin, Texas, with the 26th in Houston, Texas.
So
those are the final stops
Yeah,
of the tour. The
Houston-
Texas stops are the last stops of the tour.
Oh,
Here, so
fucking
I
dope.
will-
Well, yeah, because you got to end in Texas. It's the best. Yeah, Houston's not that
I will
bad.
show you,
Houston's
like,
just a couple
just
hours
kind
for
of-
me.
So just to kind of show you this neck of the woods, here's
Yeah.
Flint in all its watery goodness, and down here's Clarkston.
And they're coming to Clarkston. I love that. That's closer to the water.
Yeah, here's the thumb. It's all right in the palm. Oh wait, I guess I should go with that hand. It's all like right in here
Uh-huh.
because yes, we use our hand as a map.
Hand is a map.
See,
Hand is a map.
Oh, because it does literally. Yeah, yeah. Hey, look, that Upper Peninsula even kind of looks like a fucking rock and roll. So
I like how the chat is totally not bugged by us going into this tangent conversation.
no, I love it.
Thanks for your understanding, chat, by the way.
Yes,
Sometimes
please.
they happen, and tonight was one of those rare nights. Thank you for your understanding. The fact that a lot of you
Hey.
stuck around is actually impressive.
Hey,
That must be
we-
it must be a sign that you know that once in a while Nick goes on these modes and you just gotta let him have it.
Dude, we're fucking nerds. We're nerds about everything. Okay, like that includes rock and roll, that includes comic books, that includes all the rest of this, Warhammer 40K, fucking video games, everything. We are that I'm a fan of fans, and I have said this a million times. And that is that is the beautiful part about fandom. It doesn't matter what you're a fan of, rock and roll, fucking, Warhammer 40K, tabletop, comics, movies, whatever it is. We are fans, dude, and that's the beauty of it. We can nerd or geek, whatever the fuck you want to call it, out about all of this stuff. And guess what? Everybody's gonna go, you know what? I get it. Maybe Alice Cooper isn't my favorite band in the world. Maybe, all the rest of this stuff isn't my favorite, but you know what? I get you. I understand, because you know what? I got something else that I'm just as passionate about, and I'm going to tell you all about it too, if you give me 5 seconds. That's like the whole BS nonsense about nerds and gatekeeping and all that kind of stuff has always been complete and total BS, because there's nothing more than a geek or a nerd wants to do is tell you all about what their favorite thing is, whether it be freaking Alice Cooper, whether it be Warhammer 40K. That's what we do. We just want to tell you all about it because we love it, and we want you to be a fan too. That's exactly what it comes down to. That's what being a fucking nerd really is, man.
I'm looking at Lower Deck because there's Lawn, Lower Deck, and then Really Good Deck. Honestly, I'd be fine with Lower Deck. I would be very content with that. And it looks like
Lower
it's
Deck's
around
not bad.
$60-$70 a ticket. I'm absolutely going to do this. This is on a Sunday night for me. So
Which show is this?
October 5th. So that means you would have to miss our show to do the Mission Wish. I will not stop you, by the way. You got a 5 months heads up. I won't stop you. You should go. You really it is a chill stream. It really is. We're here to you can't read that, and that's a big one. I mean, our man Common Nerd here read Murder Falcon, and that was
fucking epic.
Daniel Warren Johnson hit a home run with that Someone tell Nerd Ride, Priest and Cooper. I'll let him know. I'll have
Gary,
to text
Gary follows
Melissa.
me on Twitter. I'll tell you. There you go. That's the best
Melissa
way to do it.
about like, hey, just so you know, don't let Gary's old ass forget. And
dude, that'd be a great live stream right from fucking. Oh, dude, that would be like it. Just even for 5 minutes, I'm fucking watching Alice Cooper and Iron Maiden. Yeah, that would be. Oh god, that would be fucking epic. Oh, thank you, Vince. I'm
older than Gary. Yeah, I bet you are a very swift, divine, classy man, TZ.
Yes. Yeah, oh,
That's
absolutely, TZ. And I bet you haven't done anywhere near as many drugs as Gary, so you're probably a lot better off. You're probably a lot better off, TZ. And I love TZ Burton.
All right. I'm gonna go get my glass refilled, and we'll probably go for like 25 more minutes. We'll call it a night.
Do it. All right, Caster, what do you want to nerd out about? Give it to me. Give it to me, buddy. If not, I'll nerd out about Warhammer 40K. Don't fucking let me go.
Honestly, I've been messing around with the 3D printer. I've been printing up a bunch of proxies.
Oh yeah, have you found some good places to find good proxies?
So I've been checking out like one-page rules and a couple of producers like Daka Daka.
Yeah.
And they've got some great stuff. Let me find some of their stuff, because you got to check out their line of their Bloody Angels.
Yeah. I get. Oh no, I always love it too, because like you have to use like the alternate names. You can't say that they're Dark Angels. You can't say that they're Chaos Space Marines. You were like, well, these are heretic Space Marine, because you can't copyright Space Marine, right? But you can go, well, these are Herod. You can't say that they're a specific faction, but we can go, oh, well, these are heretic Space Marines, or and that's the same thing with like the bolters and the gun. The Laz, you can't copyright a Laz pistol, right? It's a laser pistol, right? You like all you got to do is go, it's a laser pistol, so you can't copyright that. And that's one of the beautiful parts about the Warhammer 40K universe, is that there's so many people out there that love it. And yeah, guess what? Sometimes you want to go fuck Games Workshop because of the bullshit they pull. And hey, guess what? 3D printer go brrr.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay, actually, I was wrong. The name is actually The Crimson Wings is what they call their not blood angels.
Oh, they're not blood angels. I love it. Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And they
Crimson
only got
Marines.
the number 9 everywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely all over the place. Oh, I love that. That is great. Yeah.
It's a pretty solid stuff. I took one look at ever since Space Marine 2, I started getting more into the Warhammer stuff, and
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I already had a little bit of a toe in as I was checking out some audiobook stuff. And then I'm like, hey, I'm kind of getting into this. I was like going through the Infinite and the Divine. I love that book, by the way. Have you finished it yet?
No. I'm one of those that I get stuck with a certain character and I have to read like everything by the character. So I got into the Fabius Bile books and I read every one of them, and then so now I'm like on the Gene Father. So now I'm doing the Fabius Bile and the other guy book. And yeah, that's how I am. But that one is on my list. I have that one downloaded and all that kind of stuff. It's on my list. I just haven't got there yet. But yeah, dude, I did get to see Trenzen because he shows up in the second Fabius Bile book. And dude, my fucking heart broke. Fuck you, Fabius Bile. I can't believe what you did. I can't believe you just let him take him. Fuck you. Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Dude, that's in the second Fabius Bile book when it happens. And I'm just like, fuck you. Fuck you and your mother and everybody else because you were so close. I'm like, you were this close to redemption. You were this close to be back to being an actual emperor's children. You were this close to being back on the side of the emperor, and you went, never mind. Fuck the rest of the world. Fuck the future. And I'm like, oh, I wanted to strangle him. I straight up wanted to fucking strangle him right then and there. And that's how you know you get a good character. Fuck. Fuck. I fucking hated that so much. Oh, like I said, you have to read the Fabius Bile. It's a trilogy. There's 3 of them. You have to read or audio listen, whatever you got to do to get them. You've got to read those because fuck, dude, he is so good in those books.
I just picked up like a 3-month thing for Audible. It was like 3 months for 99 cents. The first book I picked up. The first book I picked up, The Lion, the Son of the Forest. Because it was a recent book.
Yeah, have you read that yet?
No, I haven't even started yet.
Oh, dude, Son of the Forest is so fucking good. The Lion's Return is fucking, dude. Like that was one. Like as soon as that one fucking came out, that one I was like, it's rarely like, honey, I'll cook dinner for like 3 days because I want to listen to my audiobook. But when that one, when Son of the Forest came out, I was like, I'm gonna cook dinner for 3 days because I just had to listen to that. Oh, it's so good. I love the Lion book. Oh, it's so good.
And then didn't they also just drop a Fulgrim novel?
That I don't know, but possibly. I'm not the best about keeping up to date with what they've dropped the latest.
You're gonna need one day to keep up with, and that's Wednesday, May 14th. Huck Big Bad World #1 hits. So
perfect.
whether
Just
you need to go to shop and buy a copy or get it on Amazon for $4 digitally,
we gotta get it for him for his birthday month.
That's right. It's my birthday month, bitches. It's my birthday month. My birthday.
So there you go. Have someone send you a copy,
guys out there, chat. I think if you wanted to show Jesse here the happiest birthday, you would show all the love by dropping a super chat to Nick.
That's right. Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly. And then, I mean, you've got the rest of the month for me. You know what I mean? But tonight is about Nick. Tonight is about Nick and his nerddom and his fandom and his geekdom and everything else. So send it in my honor. Send Nick a super chat of some kind, and then later come to my channel and become a member and support me and my 6 kids and counting. But send Nick a super chat first.
And maybe if someone does, I will reward you guys.
When you do, but you don't have to.
I will reward you guys
Send
by
me money.
opening and giving you the tasting of something for our Mr. Food Man himself.
Ooh.
Oh, whoa,
Ooh.
dude!
What?
Interesting.
I got
Where
to show
the
that
fuck
to my
did you find
oldest.
those?
She's gonna lose her mind when she sees that.
What the
You can
fuck
find
is
him at.
that?
I found him at Speedway.
That is fucking wild.
Hot
Holy
and
shit.
spicy chicken ramen funyuns. I did not know these were things until I was walking through the gas station at like 4 a.m. I looked
That's
over.
I love
I
Funyuns.
double took.
That's good.
Oh,
taking
there we
those.
go. TZ Bird for $5 Rumble rant says Nick deserves a rant for Common Nerd's birthday month. What
Yes.
rant? What rant? I only
I
do
don't know.
rants when I'm in like a mode, and right now I'm not in a mode.
Yeah.
I'm in a good time mode. But Jesse's got
Yeah.
a rant. He's welcome to do a rant.
I mean, ask me about anything you want, TZ Burton, and I can probably give you at least a 5-minute rant on something. I mean, I do 20-minute videos over topics all the time. So, TZ Burton, ask me about Halo, ask me about whatever you want, and I'll give you at least a couple of minute rant. I'll just give you a minute rant. I don't want to take up too
all
much.
right.
of Nick's
How
time.
here's I'll ask. Since I'm it's my non-birthday I will ask for a rant on Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards.
Oh, fuck me.
Can you
running.
do it?
Okay.
I gotta give you a challenge. If I don't do it, I gotta give you a challenge.
First off, I am so fucking sick and tired of seeing Pedro Pascal and absolutely fucking everything. Not only on top of the fact that I am sick and tired of fucking seeing Pedro Pascal and everything, but every interview. And like I literally follow. I use Twitter to get all of my information and all my news. Right, so I follow the Hollywood Handle. I follow, Deadline. I follow all these fucking peoples, right? So they always give us all these red carpet pictures. Pedro Pascal is the most fucking soy boy bitch I have ever seen on the red carpet every fucking time. The most manly thing I have ever seen fucking Pedro Pascal in. This isn't a guy that wears a fucking suit. No, the most fucking manly thing I've ever seen him wearing is a fucking sweater wrapped around his neck like he's some fucking 90s fucking going to the golf club, fucking country club bitch ass from fucking Will Smith's, like, what the fuck was it? Prince of Bel-Air. He's literally fucking Carlton from back in the fucking 90s. Pedro Pascal is a fucking beta soy bitch. And thank you. Exactly. Right fucking there. I am so sick and tired of seeing this. I want to say an F word that Melanie Mack loves right now, but I'm not going to because it's Nick's YouTube channel. But that's literally what he fucking is. Look at this bullshit. What kind of fucking actual man wears shit like this? Would you ever fucking see, I got him in my mind right now, our bat nipples, that I can't remember his fucking name right now, but he always wore, what? Go ahead. Not Affleck. No. Back in the 90s. Bat nipples. But either way, guess what? George Clooney. Thank you. George Clooney is the one I was thinking of. Do you know what you see with George Clooney? Walks on a fucking red carpet, a really nice fucking suit. Why? Because he's dressed for fucking business. Because that's his fucking job. Pedro Pascal shows up in fucking leather boots and some fucking shorts with a cloak on, looking like a queer. So yeah, fuck Pedro Pascal. And guess what the best part is? Fantastic Four is gonna flop so fucking hard. It'll be a miracle if that movie cracks 500 million. And guess what? It's already been proved that all the rumors from like 3 fucking years ago that I covered on my old channel. So come subscribe to my new channel because we're almost at 1,900 viewers. But literally, this is why I cover fucking rumors. Because guess what? It all turned out to be fucking true. It's a Vanessa Kirby fucking Mrs. Fantastic movie, and Pedro Pascal is a soy boy bitch that even in the trailer gets talked down to by Johnny Storm. Whereas his wife, oh, you'll be a fantastic mother. You're fucking screwed. You're a fucking idiot. That is Pedro Pascal in a nutshell. And the only reason Hollywood loves him is because he will suck dick for every single producer that covers him.
So I take you are not
That
a fan, right?
was simply awesome. I almost feel like if I get that, like, even if that's like just like a 5-minute session every show just for 5 minutes, I will not complain. Just it's all kind of like the let your frustration out, and then we'll make the rest of it good. So just to have them on it. I definitely got my money's worth. Thank you, TZ, for the 5. Thank you for comment for doing that. That was absolutely worth the $5 and then some. And we got a Brian McCann with a $1.49 super sticker. He sends us a hot dog. See, this thing says ketchup, but my emoji shows mustard. And then we got another $2 super chat. You sent a lot of money, dude. Thank you, by the way.
Thank you,
Says,
Brian.
From
You're
Space
awesome,
Knight
brother.
needs a film, but not today's age. Right now, if it doesn't get made, it's a blessing in disguise.
Yes.
So let's leave it as it is for now. The more that doesn't get touched, the better. But in an ideal world, I thought of an ideal this morning on my way to my employer this morning, and I thought about in an ideal world. Now, hear me out here, and I'm gonna say I'm pretty damn confident in my idea. Like I'm a fan of my idea with a good writer and a good director. Wyatt Russell, the son of Kurt Russell, would be an excellent Green Arrow, Oliver Queen. I've seen what he looks like when he has a beard.
Oh,
He
yeah,
could do a
totally.
twirly mustache if you want to. He's got the height. He's in shape. He would be a great Green Arrow in a fully realized world that was respectful of what that character would be. Go to the comics and then have Wyatt Russell play Oliver Queen. Wyatt Russell would be perfect. I would go as far as say he might be dream casting, as long as you have a respectable story and director to add to his name. As long as you have those things, he is dream casting for part. Wyatt Russell, Oliver Queen, Green Arrow. I stand by that statement, and I will double, triple, quadruple, 5-duple, 6-duple, 7-duple down on that shit. Just saying. And I love the Green Arrow. He is a 20th century liberal who kicks ass and yet still works with people who are different from him. And he's got a decent rogues gallery villain. So you could do a good series of movies on him. And also you have a lot of the action. It would be cheaper to make because a lot of his actions will require more practical shit done. It's perfect. And Wyatt Russell is a likable guy. He would sell the part very well to people. He would just make it about the movie. You have all the dominoes, all the cards in your favor to make that shit happen. I love me some Green Arrow. I do. I love me some. I've got a lot of trades, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. I think even a few from the 80s. Love me some Oliver Queen. Yeah, right. US HS Green Arrow. Dude, you trust me on this. Wyatt Russell would be perfect for this. And as far as U.S. Agent is concerned, he is the best fucking part about Thunderbolts, in my opinion. I love
the only good part. The only good part.
I wouldn't say it was the only good part, but for me, he was my favorite part.
Well, and what's funny about that too is that was a movie that like the trailers looked like they were fun. And I know a lot of people have been very heavily critical about that movie, but I've also seen a lot of people in our own little sphere that are like, you know what? It's not as bad as I expected. And it's a lot better. It's a lot. And it's a lot better than what we've seen from Marvel in a very fucking long time. And you know what? That makes me happy because That's what I thought from the trailers. I'm like, I want to like this movie. Like from the trailers, I was like, I want to like this movie. I want to be cautiously optimistic about this movie. But at the exact same time, it's not going to make a lot of money because why? These are a bunch of fucking characters that nobody cares about. And you would have had to watch the Black Widow movie, which nobody fucking did, in order to know them. So that's the only problem with the movie. It's going to fail because of that. But
I don't think so. I don't think so. And here's why. Because so I didn't document it on Twix because I didn't care to. So I went last night. So as I've documented on YouTube, this is the part I do document very well. I went to a Thursday afternoon 2:15 p.m. showing. So this is where there's a lot of people at work. Kids still aren't even out of school yet. My 2:15 p.m. showing in a town populated by 30,000 people. Keep in mind that within our surrounding vicinity, there's at least 4 theaters within a half hour, all different directions, half hour or less. And yet my theater, Thursday afternoon, 2 p.m., people still at work, people still at school, theater's at least half full. Normally, for let's just say shit like the Marvels, it's a fucking tumbleweed. I think this movie might have a shot at making 80, 90 million. And even though I was not a fan of the humor in the movie, the audience was very receptive to the humor. Now, I will say, though, even though I wasn't receptive to it, the movie isn't chock full of it. It's not. It's not a big Taika Waititi. It's not. It's not. There are actually is so much great. There's some things I actually don't like about the movie, but there's actually a lot to love about the movie. I mean that. There is actually a lot to love about it. Overall, my experience is okay. My biggest problem with the movie was actually not the movie itself. It was the fact I had 25 minutes of previews and ads. 20, and yes, I timed it. I timed this shit now.
Shit, so that was almost like watching a video on YouTube.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's 25 minutes of ads. That's fucking ridiculous. That is that.
It's fucking
but
crazy.
You know what? But you know what? That also shows you how sad the state of the theater industry is, because Hollywood has been, because the theaters have nothing to do with what Hollywood produces, right? They're just they're just the showers, right? And that's the worst part is all of this identity politics, the DEI nonsense, everything else that Hollywood has done for like essentially the last 5, arguably 10 years. Doesn't work, and the fucking general audience doesn't care about it. They fucking hate it, if anything, and they're certainly not going to go spend $10-15 to go see it, which is what your theater ticket price is going to cost you. And that's the worst part, is all of these theater owners are just sitting here going, Hollywood, what the fuck are you doing? Nobody wants to see this bullshit. And occasionally when you get a good one, unless word of mouth, which I hope word of mouth on Thunderbolts is really good, because I want this stuff to get better. I don't rage and scream and get angry necessarily because I want Disney to go to bankrupt. I think that's a good option. And if they did go, then they'd have to sell all these properties off, and I think they might end up in better hands of other people. But at the end of the day, I want you fuckers to get better. Kevin Feige, Bob Iger, Kathleen Kennedy, you're a ruined bitch, twat waffle who is never going to get any better.
Star Wars
but like,
fucked.
Yeah. Star Wars is fucked.
Anally,
but,
like,
dude, but Revenge of the Sith proved, and they stopped it. That thing was supposed to be in theaters for a week, and they stopped it early. Why? Because it's a fucking embarrassment. It's a fucking embarrassment. Everything else Disney Star Wars has put out is getting embarrassed by a Revenge of the Sith, a 20-year-old movie is re-release. because of how bad I want you to be better. I want you to be better. But at the end of the day, I'm totally okay with you going fucking bankrupt too, because you have burned me. You have burned my friends. You have burned the rest of the fans. You have hurt all of us. And we were the ones that made your franchises as popular as they were. And as soon as you got a hold of them, you were like, fuck you. We're going to shit all over you and we're going to make it a girls brand. How the fuck did that work out for you, Kathleen Kennedy? You lost $100 billion on Star Wars. Enjoy that. Enjoy that as your fucking legacy, you selfish, narcissistic twat.
Dude, Revenge
That
of the
was
Sith
amazing.
is still playing on my country. It will keep playing until the 7th.
know-
I'm checking for the showing on the 7th. They have at least one ticket sold. So yeah.
You know, I used to have a
that's
lot
the
of
latest.
like passion tied up in Star Wars. It was one of my earliest memories. I can remember, I remember building model airplanes with my dad, and he'd be, doing Star Wars quotes to me, and we were reenacting the trench run and all this stuff. And it's always been this part of my life. I'd be running through the house telling him like, Dad, Star Wars on. And having always grown up like this, I would have shelves full of Star Wars merchandise to the point where I was thinking about getting a Star Wars tattoo. I have the costume. I would go dress up as Obi-Wan for some charity stuff. This is stuff this is a part of my life. This is something I've had a passion for, but when the Disney treatment started happening, I went from loving it to slowly growing to hate it and resent it to now apathy. Like, the passion was still there, but it was dwindling. Now the passion is gone. The opposite has set in. I now no longer care. At this point, they can do what they want with it because I'm just not going to watch it. I've moved my interest, my passion, my interest into other things. Like, I'm looking through some Warhammer stuff going on now. There's a shit ton of anime to go watch, like a crap ton of Gundam. By the way, Overlord just dropped its new movie, and if you want some fucking dark fantasy shit, holy fuck! By the way, Overlord is so good.
See, that's the thing. I am noticing a pattern. There are more good things coming out, whether it's on the East or the West. There are slowly more good things coming out, and I hope that continues. Like, I saw Working Man, really enjoyed it. Thunderbolts, I thought was actually decent, and it seems like I'm not the only one in this corner of YouTube who agrees with me. Paul Chato agrees with me. Shagsworth does. Quarter Black Garrett, D-Day Cobra, and more. So, and then I'm gonna go see Ballerino comes out. I saw the trailer for Megan too, which is based off in its own original idea, by the way. Gotta give credit where it's due. So there are things coming out, and then I'm still good. It's not like just because I'm just gonna abandon the things that I have gotten into recently. Energon Universe, Flash Gordon, Rupert First, Energon Universe. I'm still gonna. I want to enjoy the most of shit as possible. Conan, I can't. By the way, Casser, we're for the first hour of the show. Conan the Barbarian, number 25 in September, is going to be a one and done story that is going to be fully painted by Alex Horley. We already covered it, so I'm not going to get into the details of it.
I just caught that.
But dude, it's going to be a painted comic. Painted comic. We looked at a splash page preview, and I'm so fucking stoked for it. So right now,
there are so many things to be happy about, and that's the best
right?
part.
And that's wonderful, Comment. It's wonderful.
Yeah. It's absolutely wonderful. Like, it's one of them situations where it's like, yeah, there's a lot of dark things going on out there, and
we're starting to see the tide. We're starting to see it.
We absolutely are. It's one of them situations where it's like, yeah, I got plenty of things to scream and be angry about. But at the end of the day, there's also a lot of really good things coming out. And unfortunately, the good stuff coming out doesn't always do as well in the algorithm. But like the new Judge Dredd project that we're hearing about, it sounds great. The fucking evil, wicked witch of the West at Amazon MGM, Jennifer Salke, has finally been fucking fired. She's wasted enough of Jeff Bezos' billions that he's fucking sick of it. And it's basically going to be, hey, a homeboy, is it Gerard Butler? I can't remember his name, but the Judge Dredd actor from back in the day, the good movie.
Carl Urban.
Kyle Urban. Yeah, Carl Urban. It's basically like, hey, here's the keys to the kingdom. You've got unlimited money. And all the guys that did the visual effects and the stage stuff for the boys, yeah, you've got their crew now. And it's like, dude, fucking Carl Urban doing it? Chef's kiss, dude. It's gonna be glorious.
By the
It's gonna
way,
be glorious.
dude, if you have seen the original movie, the villain of the movie is Big Mama, and Big Mama is a fucking crazy bitch. Guess what? That movie has a really strong woman that is in charge of everything, and is fucking rad as hell. And by the way, on 3D, that movie on 3D, if you are high, is spectacular. If you are not high, it will get you high because the 3D slow motion when they are ingesting the drug is mind blowing. It's
Also,
great.
by the way, that part of that movie was inspired by a Justin Bieber song.
Yeah.
Well, and to what Vince said too about it's always darkest before the dawn thing. It is. We are in a renaissance. We are at the beginning of a renaissance era right now between all of the independent comics, the independent movies. I mean, we had a Jesus movie beat Disney's Snow White at the box office a few weeks ago. Okay. Like we are literally in a renaissance. And unfortunately, just like the Renaissance, it took the Dark Ages to get that. Fortunately enough, we didn't have to go through like 150 years of Dark Ages. We had to go through about 10 years of Dark Ages. But now we are seeing a Renaissance. And man, the glorious things coming out of independent media are just delicious. They are glorious. And I honestly believe we're going to have them for fucking decades.
You know, the funny thing is, when we always talk about things being darkest before dawn, there's a little part of that sort of goes without saying that I feel like people never really stop to think about. It's like in those darkest of times, we need those that are going to stand by to hold the light. We need people to guide the way and have that
That's
hope.
why
Hold the line, hold the door.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're important, Caster.
And
we are the ones holding the door, keeping the light and shining.
So speaking of hope, guys, did you check out this new cover for the upcoming Transformers issue?
Yes,
dude, that's glorious.
Freaking go, Jorge Corona on the. Oh, dude, that is a nice cover.
I stopped. I'm like, holy shit! Also, we have a B cover.
Oh, oh yeah. Show me that
now,
cover, Caster.
For anyone who, Nick, in case you're not aware, Starscream has often always been scheming behind Megatron's back, ready to backstab him, to the point where it is a joke of the week sort of thing. Like, Megatron lost his voice. Looks like Starscream, will have to be the leader of the Decepticons. Oh no, it looks like Megatron stubbed his toe. I guess I'll have to take over and be the leader of the Decepticons.
Mm-hmm.
And getting this right here for this cover, it is so satisfying to play it up. He is screaming like a girl right now, and you know it. Just
that face says everything.
Mm-hmm.
Guy is pissing his pants.
Starscream just cracked a spark. Yeah, I can't wait for this. I'm really excited. It's so nice to be a year and a half plus into the Energon universe and still have enthusiasm. It really does feel like, okay, we actually did get something legitimately good here that was not here to build us up and then fuck us over. It was clear that this was here to build us up and keep going and roll with it. And we did. A lot of us did. And I'm really happy that we got that. I'm really happy.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you could, between that and Conan, maybe this may have been some of the first stuff that was the beginning as far as the big publishers, the turning of the tide, as far as the big publishers are concerned.
Yeah, I think a lot. I think a lot of these independent publishers are going to end up like the shit. Like this is what we're going to end up with is these guys with these stories with these IPs. Because guess what? Somebody inside of these companies is going to go, shit. They made a fuck ton of money on those comics. They actually did good. Maybe we should give them more things. Somebody at some point is going to have to go, yeah, we actually have to make money off of all of these things we've bought. And these are the guys, these are the guys we need to follow. You watch these guys go forward in the next 10 years. Everything they're involved in is going to end up being good.
Yeah. They just got to actually be good. Do that, and the rest is damn history, man. The rest is damn history for real.
And I'm with Ironcaster on this cover too, because it's like Starscream has kind of been the main protagonist during the new Transformers stuff, and he's been the one in charge, quote unquote. And now with him coming back, you're like, yep, Starscream's fucked, because Ironcaster's 100% right. It doesn't matter if you watch the cartoon, it doesn't matter if you watch any of the cartoons, including like Beast Wars and stuff like that, or you've read all the comics. Like, yeah, Starscream's always trying to take out Megatron and take over. And yeah, Daddy's home. Daddy's fucking home, man.
So let me make a suggestion. Something I might want to try floating in, see what you guys think. What do you think about maybe looking at some of the other Transformers comics that have been around?
Of course.
And not the Skybound books, but some of the Image stuff, which it had a solid like 10, 15 years of the book to where it created fans.
Yeah.
With that said, I have a little bit I want to show off from one of the particular book series.
Sure.
A little comic called All Hail Megatron, which is effectively from the early years of that run of comics. The Decepticons are on Earth, and the Decepticons are on Earth, and there's no Autobots to stop them. Everything's starting out very, we're in New York City, and hey, it's busy, and oh look, what's this? We start getting some familiar shapes showing up.
Oh yeah, I actually recognize that. Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
They just right in the middle of like Times Square showing up, and then. Whoa!
There we go.
Let me blow that up proper.
Yeah. Oh no!
Which by great perspective.
Oh,
that's glorious.
That looks nice. I'm with that guy.
That art's really good.
Whoa!
Yeah. What have I said? What have I said since the first day of this show that I've been on here, and even when I was in the chat? I'm here for the art, dude. Yeah. Show me the beautiful art, and this is good art. This is good art.
Are they walking around? That's awesome. Is this a movie? What is this? Holy dudes! Get a photo. Get a photo of this. Get a photo. Man, this ain't right. Human creatures of Earth, we come in peace. We come to you to preach the message of unity, cooperation, and goodwill between our races. Ours is a message of kindness. Boom!
Just die, burn, die, all of you fucking humans.
That's so, yeah, it works perfectly. Holy,
it really does. It's glorious.
First issue,
dude. That's the first issue right there. Just fucking kill all the humans. I love it. I'm here for it. Holy shit!
I'm so freaking in.
And this
And Nick, are we ever going to get to at some point back to reviewing old school good comics?
Yes.
Are we ever?
Oh, we are gonna do it again. I'm already thinking about. I'm thinking June, July. We're gonna do. I still want to do that ASM idea that Cassius talked about, and do it. And I haven't forgotten. I know. Remember, Cass, we had that conversation about the weekly issue thing. It's something I still haven't forgotten about. I want the timing of that to be right. I'm thinking maybe around the summer, 81 into 100 and beyond. Just saying. And then guys, like, what we could do is, and for those of you in the chat who need a refresher, we'll do 81 through 100 like we did 1 through 20, 21 through 40, 41 through 60, 61 through 80. We'll do 81 through 100 like that. But after that, we want to transition the formula. And we talked about this idea where we cover an issue every week individually,
Yes,
just
please.
one issue, 101 to, I don't know, 200, maybe 300.
So
Go to one of those numbers. And that way it's a guaranteed thing we could talk about for 20 minutes every show, even if it's just one issue. And there's a
that would
key
be
issue
nice.
that guys like D-Bud feel like I'm extra attached to this issue. Guys like him can come in whenever he wants. I'm thinking summer or fall, we're going to do it. But before that, though, and obviously, we'll have skip nights. If there's like a big gas showing up, we'll have exceptions. But normally, we'll make that a thing going forward. And that's, I didn't brought up to you guys, but Castor and I talked about it. We definitely talked about it, and some we still want to do. But as far as other classic comics, oh yeah, let's do some Transformers next. Fuck it, let's do it, and let's do it soon.
Let's do
all Hail Megatron while we're here and talking about it.
Just a second. Let me see if I understand what you are saying. If that we are trying to extend Gwen Stacy's life just for a bit more.
Hey, we love Gwen Stacy. Yes.
Well, from 81 through 100, we will. But once 101. Yeah, you're right. We would be
exactly my point.
Life.
We would take more time to get to.
You're right. We would be. Well, then fuck it, Cowabunga it is.
Hell yeah. I love Gwen Stacy, so fuck them. Let's keep it going. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, I got a thing for redheads. I married one, but and MJ's my favorite. But yeah, dude, Gwen Stacy's the goat, dude. Like, let's fucking roll.
Let's remember there was a Mexican guy whose work was to make her ass bigger.
I mean, it's one of them situations where every proper Mexican is gonna wanna. I mean, let's be honest, Pablo. Like the Spanish came down and fucked your people too, right? So we're all kind of a little Mexican, right? We're all a little Spanish, and yeah, there ain't nothing better than a girl. There ain't nothing better than a Mexican with a. There ain't nothing better than a Mexican girl with a fat ass. So yeah. Let's do it.
So you need to come to Ecuador. There is a place called Manabí. You will fall in love.
Dude. Pablo, if I come to Ecuador, I'm gonna increase your population by at least 25%.
I see no problem there.
Are you sure you want? Okay, all right. Well, Pablo's good with it. He's got plenty of. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, come subscribe to my channel. Come send me donations. We're gonna go to Ecuador with Pablo. And we're going to increase his population. So come support me for that.
Oh.
So
go ahead, Castor. Finish it off and finish off strong.
Giggity.
So
Giggity.
What other book from this era of the comics that I could point to as a recommendation is a little 5-issue miniseries. It's a bit of a standalone one. And Nick, it's got a face you recognize. I am referring to Transformers Last Stand of the Wreckers.
Go on.
Now, you may not quite recognize him here, but up front there is Springer, who's in Void Rivals.
Yes, I recognize Springer.
And this is effectively a one of those kind of SEAL Team 6 type of teams that goes and does all the crazy missions, who go into battle screaming "Wreck and Rule," as they have to break into an Autobot prison that was been taken over by the Decepticons, who've basically turned into a fortress. and some of the worst prisoners are there. And not everyone makes it out.
So is Cybertron Bay.
Yep. So this is effectively a story of the war going on out in space.
I'm so fucking in. Let's do this, man.
All right.
Let's do both stories. We could do one for June. We could do one for July, and then come September, we'll no, fuck it. June, one Transformer story. July the 2nd, and then August we'll do ASM 81 through 100, and then 101 into whenever we feel like stopping one issue per episode.
All the way through the Clone Saga.
No. But that was a good attempt. That was a really good attempt. I gotta give you credit. All right,
The
chat.
very beginning of the Clone Saga is actually quite.
Well, there's a first Clone
It's
Saga, then
interest-
there's the
yeah.
90s one.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't count them as
interesting.
one and the same. I don't count them as one and the same. To me, the Clone Saga is the 90s BS. There's the first one. I know what you're getting at, Pablo. That's actually a good story. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
It'll be good. It'll be good.
We'll talk.
But that 90s,
It'll be great. It'll be huge.
the fuck.
Huge.
Yeah, between the marketing team and Stan Lee, they kind of fucked the writers and the whole team.
All right.
Dude, it was so popular, so successful. It got a sequel. Guys, we should look at the clone. We should look at the second Clone Saga.
Oh, the Miles
No.
Morales one?
No, the other one, where they brought back the Jackal.
That does
No.
not exist. We
I
don't
know what
talk
you're talking
about
about, but no. But dudes,
Not headcanon. Not headcanon. Headcanon ignored.
it's gonna be that time where we wrap it up and let it go for tonight. But I want to thank TZ Burton for his Rumble rant, Brian McCann for all his super chats, and to our chat for giving us their time, their energy, their feedback, their enthusiasm. It's all appreciated, all of it. Whether it's for a portion of it, half of it, most of it, all of it. It doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you. Seriously, thank you from the bottom of my black heart. I'm going to recommend a few things on the way out. Asedio from Chile, Asedio. I'm going to big in myself. And yes, this is album. It's called La Interminable Lucha. I talked to the drummer. He's a thrash band that I love called Critical Defiance. This is his band out of Chile. And the lyrics are spoken in Espanol. So please look. And that cover's killer, by the way. 6 songs.
The name of the album, it means the unending fight.
They'll say that again?
Is basically the unending fight or the never-ending fight.
Ooh,
epic. Yeah.
You just made it sound even better. So it's perfect. This is going to be my read for the next week. I'm late to the party, but I'm finally going to read this out before Free Comic Book Day. Finally going to read The Savage Sword of Conan number 7. So this is Roy Thomas written. And look who's that interior artist. Roberto De La Torre. In black and white interior art. Just saying. I can't wait to read this. But I'll be back next week with hauls and all that jazz. If you're on here, you already know my channel. Next week we'll be here again. And of course, Toxic Tuesday, Grandma's Boy. And I actually have a video idea. If I get the time to record it, I will. If I don't, well, I record videos when I feel like my voice is necessary. That said, and we'll let these dudes plug their plugs on the way out. What's up, Keely Chow? We're going to start off with Pablo. Sir, plug your plugs.
Hey, more videos coming to Midasage. If you haven't seen, there's a Harry Potter related one that thankfully I needed some images that will get us canceled anyway. So South Park and the Rocky Horror Picture Show came to my aid. And if you're thinking, what does those two things have that you will need in a video about Harry Potter? Well, J.K. Rowling is in the mix, and she apparently doesn't like certain kind of Energon universe character. Let's just say that. So yeah, it's a good video. It's a really enjoyable video, and yeah, a couple of good old-fashioned movies and TV series saved me from getting cancelled worse. Also, in Minasecha Español, we are doing a show called Tangente, The Tangent, that is on its 15th issue this week. Yeah. So next week, 16th issue. We did a few specials about anime, TV series, animated series. This week was movies. And from now on, we might go into a video game tangent. So if you speak Spanish and you're inclined to hear a couple of old friends talk the shit that they like, please come by. And it's really enjoyable. 6 p.m. Pacific time, Thursdays. That will be it, brothers. I love being here. Tonight, I had a great time seeing Jesse go all out. It was fun. I love being here. Yep.
Nick, you're supposed to call on somebody else after that.
Yep. No, I think Nick is. Yep.
I'm in a transitioning mode.
Giggity.
Eric K
K!
for $5 says my goal is for every person in fellowship to have my meat and sauce. I'm a man who can say I had his meat and sauce. And
dude, I've had Eric K's meat in my mouth, and holy fucking god, it is delicious.
Right?
It's amazing.
I pray for the day that I have it again.
There's two conditions for me to ever get that meat on my mouth. One is an operation. The other is leaving this country. At least the operation is coming along possibly this year. So, and I won't explain anymore because just an operation to get that meat on my mouth sounds funnier than shit.
Pablo's gonna get so much.
Yeah,
Eric K's meat in his mouth. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be amazing.
It sounds funnier.
It's gonna be all in his mouth. There's gonna be sauce all over his face. It's gonna be great. We're gonna take pictures. We're gonna meme it. It's gonna be wonderful. I can't wait.
Oh, god damn it!
I know, isn't it great? Ironcaster, what you got going on?
Oh, too much stuff. It feels like Monday nights we do the Mech Pit chat where we talk about big robots and a lot of other little fun stuff like that. Coming up Tuesday, I'll be doing Talk Hard with a couple of friends over on Pops' channel, where this week we are starting the month of May with anime, and we're going into the Miyazaki's Spirited Away this week, which
very nice,
good wholesome fun for the family. And I might drop some random videos about Gundam during the week.
There's a new series.
Yes,
that's true.
It's fun.
It's not bad.
It's really fun.
Not
it
bad.
goes back
It's
into
good.
old school Gundam. I love it.
Oh, so no shit. So I should actually watch it, is what you're saying.
Yep.
Are you a fan of the original series?
Okay, so I'm gonna be once again a extremely common nerd. I have never actually watched the original series of Gundam.
Watch the compilation movies. It's all you need.
Honestly, you can just go ahead and jump into this. Just know that our boy Char Aznable, like the Gundam's antagonist who created an entire character archetype, is a secret main character of the franchise.
Ooh, okay.
And he shows up in it and he steals a Gundam.
So yeah, totally worth watching. Totally worth watching.
Yes.
So boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, go subscribe to Ironcaster. Go check his stuff out. If you like big, stompy robots, you're gonna love some Ironcaster. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you all know where I am at. This is just with the Common Nerd. I bring you pop culture and all things nerdy through a common sense lens. I do streams Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. I am a working poor YouTuber. Shout out to all of my wonderful supporters that help come out with all of that kind of stuff out. I thank you guys so much. Saturday night, we'll be with our dear sweet Sunker Maiden doing some Doctor Who reviews. We just started series 9. We just got done with the Christmas special last night. And Sunker is a interesting vibe on that one. Sundays, 2 p.m. Bible study. We'll be doing a little gaming streams for there until Doctor Who ends up back on Sunday nights. But other than that, Monday through Friday, main morning prep. And of course, Wednesday nights, the midweek hump. And then, of course, the wonderful and fun times Friday night here at Clobby's Clubhouse, our comic shop talk. And I absolutely fucking love it. Nick Weiser, what do you got going on, brother? What do you got going on?
I already plugged my plugs. People are here.
Right,
They know why they're here. But thank you, though. You guys get to have the floor with your plugs. So I'm just in the mode of transitioning out. So,
Giggity.
guys, thank you for supporting Clobby's Comic Shop. We'll be back next week with issue 43. Keep your eye out for Conan 25. If you do Free Comic Book Day, let us know. And if you don't, cool too. The future's fun. The future's filled with drunken debauchery. And the future is going to be even more filled with a lot of ASM to come. It's going to be diabolically huge. And some robots before we get to that. A lot of robots.
Big zombie robots.
We're getting the fuck out of here. Thank you for supporting the show. Eric K, thank you for your super chat. Brian McCann, TZ, thank you guys. This is the end. Goodbye. Good fight. And
I smell horse shit. It's horrible, but I can smell it.
Smell that shit.